scored a hat trick against the Chicago Blackhawks in his career. One of only a few teams that he hasn't scored a hat trick against. He's got 28 career hat tricks. If he makes it 29 tonight, he hits the 800 mark, and he possibly could help the Washington Capitals to extend their winning streak, which right now sits at 4 games.
It's going to be a concern in this game, and he's been scored at a regular pace his entire career, so you don't think a whole lot is going to change. He's going to take a lot of shots. He's getting close to the record in the NHL for the most shots taken. So you got to know that he's going to get 5 or 6 shots in this game from his wheelhouse down the left wing side. A lot of them will come from there. You got to be careful to stay out of the penalty box, as you heard Luke Richardson talk about, because he scores a lot of power play goals, and if he doesn't score, he's going to be dangerous, and he can hurt people with his shot. But if he scores early in this game, you can keep him off the game sheet early. He might lose a little interest in this game. But if he scores early, look out, because he's coming after 2 and 3 to get to 800. You know he is.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, if he scores the game's first goal, he becomes the NHL's all-time leader in first goals scored in National Hockey League history.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at some of his numbers and what he's accomplished and where he is in the all-time standings, it's really impressive. And he's 37 years of age. He's 6'3", 240 pounds. He's a big man. And there's a lot of wear and tear on that body. And for him to just keep going where he's at right now, 17 goals in the season, top 10 in the NHL in that regard, you just wonder, where does this guy slow down? I don't know.
The other thing we should bring up about the Capitals here tonight, Troy, is they have the opportunity to jump back into a playoff spot. The New York Islanders are playing tonight. They're 2 points ahead of the Capitals and the Detroit Red Wings as well. The Capitals can jump over both of those teams back into a playoff spot. So I know it's not even halfway through the season, but that's some added incentive for the night.
Yeah, and this team's only going to get better. They're playing their best hockey of the season right now. They got a lot of confidence. Tom Wilson, probably the best power forward in the NHL, has been skating. He hasn't played this year. He's going to come back to the lineup. They've got Nicholas Backstrom out. He's a top performer as well. If they get these guys back in the lineup, a couple other guys too, this is going to be a team that is going to be a serious contender moving forward.
Now for the Blackhawks side, quickly, Troy, they've lost 3 in a row. I can't think of a better way to end a losing streak than keeping a guy like Ovechkin off the score sheet and beating a good team like Washington.
It's a great challenge for everybody involved in it. It's not only going to be the Taves line that looks like they're going to go head-to-head against the Washington line, but the fact that it gives them a good challenge as a group to really kind of have a focus in what they need to do in this game.
All right, Troy, who are you banking on? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Wake up to a better way to bank with Marquette Bank and Fund Rewards. Who's your guy?
I'm going with Sam Lafferty in this one. He's getting an opportunity to play with Domi and Kane. I think he's excited about the opportunity, an opportunity for him to play a more offensive role, and I think he's going to produce.
All right, I like that pick. By the way, we should remind our listeners, we are broadcasting live from the Alta Equipment broadcast booth. Alta Equipment, uptime matters. Right now we're going to send it down to ice level. Jim Cornelison is standing on the red carpet that extends out from the penalty timekeepers bench, along with some very special guests, and he will belt out the Star Spangled Banner. Then the puck drop to follow between the Caps and the Hawks. Enjoy the anthem, Hawks fans.
As organist Frank Pellico and soloist Jim Cornelison perform our national anthem.
NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, game start, Capitals at Blackhawks, goalies, WSH, C. Lindgren, CHI, P. Mrazek TV, SN1, ESPN.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we rise, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets break down, the bunkers singing.
Doesn't get any better than that. Jim Cornelison with our Star-Spangled Banner. Here the starting lineup.
YouTube, now, Piggy Pork Chop, EAS Blizzard Warning Duluth, Minnesota/Arrowhead, 2 feet plus of snow, NOAA weather radio, attachment.
At defense for the Capitals are John Carlson and former Hawk Eric Gustafson. Up front from left to right, the grade 8, Alex Ovechkin starts at left wing. Centering the Capitals' opening line is another former Hawk, Dylan Strome, and starting at the right wing is Connor Sheary. And for the Blackhawks starting in goal, it's Peter Mrazek, 5-7-2 with 1 shutout in his career against the Washington Capitals. At defense are Seth Jones and Jack Johnson. Up front from left to right, Philip Kurashev starts at left wing. Jonathan Toews centers the Hawks' opening line. Taylor Radish will start at the right wing. And our referees tonight are Brendan Blandina and Francis Sharon. The linesmen are Johnny Murray and Killian McNamara. Down to center ice we go. Face-off between Strome and Toews. The drop of the puck. Strome wins this one, and we're underway. Capitals control. Carlson with a pass ahead at center ice for Strome. Deflects it into the right wing corner, Hawk end, where Jack Johnson rides Sheary off the puck, but the Capitals get it. Sheary in front takes a pass out of the far corner and fires through the crease and wide. Follow-up shot by Carlson from the right wing boards is into the breadbasket of Mrazek. He'll let the puck drop into his glove and hold it. Whistle stops play, 18 seconds in, no score.
Every goal and assist by Kane or Toews is sponsored by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Chevy Equinox all-wheel drive performs in any weather. On the ice or off, Chevy Equinox will get you where you want to go.
Now the draw circle to the left of Mrazek. Won by the Caps. Look out here. Sheary wheeling into the right circle and firing a sharp angle shot. Turned wide by Mrazek. A follow-up shot. They score, and it's Alex Ovechkin. He's on the board early. A shot from the left wing circle. Put it past Mrazek. And the grade 8 is only 2 away from 800 as the Capitals lead 1-0. 24 seconds into the game.
Buckle up. Alex Ovechkin is engaged in
NHL, now, NHL on ESPN Ice Hockey Stick and Puck. With Alex Ovechkin 3 shy of 800 career goals, Capitals take on Blackhawks now on ESPN SN1, Canada rightwards pointing arrow.
All the draws on this opening sequence of plays, and Ovechkin right there to bat in a rebound. Toews was right there to try and cover him, but Ovechkin finds a way, and it goes between the legs of Peter Mrazek. Wow, good start for Washington. They couldn't have asked for anything better with Ovi scoring his 18th of the season.
Absolutely. And by the way, that goal makes Alex Ovechkin the all-time leader in National Hockey League history, scoring opening goals. He passes Jaromir Jagr with that goal. 1-0 Caps. Inside the Hawk zone along the near boards, Jared Tenorti runs one of the Caps into the boards. And now it's taken by Sonny Milano. Milano now leaves the puck at the right point. Nick Jensen turns off a check from Tyler Johnson and then backhands it toward the Hawk net, picked off by Connor Murphy. Passing to center ice, Tyler Johnson. He'll leave the puck for Jujhar Khaira in over the Capital line on the left wing, where he got away a shot, but it was blocked out near the line by Jensen. And now Jensen with the puck behind the Capital net. Put it up the middle of the ice. A breakaway here for the Caps. Obe Kubel down the slot with a backhand, and a stick save is made by Peter Mrazek. How did Obe Kubel get that open and find that pass? But he did. He completed it almost into the Capital zone. Domi in the slot, firing a long wrist shot that deflects wide. Loose puck into the near corner. Obe Kubel knocked off of it. Nick down the other way for Washington into the Hawk zone down the right wing.
NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, goal, WSH /0, 24, A, Ovechkin, 18, at, ASST, J, Carlson, 11, and C, Sheary, 8, Capitals 1, Blackhawks 0.
Zone. Puck slides around to the near side, and in between the circles now Jake McCabe. Passing up the left wing, Colin Blackwell with the Capital blue line. He'll fling it down to the left wing corner and then runs into Carlson and goes down. Capitals will clear their end. Carlson carrying to center ice. Over the Hawk line, drops the puck to Mantha, hit it into the high slot. Now back to Mantha from the right circle with a backhand shot. Shoulder save made by his former teammate Peter Mrazek. Slap pass from Reese Johnson from the far side to the near side. Deflects away, but the Hawks clear their end. Tenorti to center ice to Reese Johnson. Over the Capital line, a long shot from the line is blocked off the glass in behind the net by the Hawks, or by the former Hawk Eric Gustafson. Puck taken back by Reese Johnson from the left wing boards. Spins it down behind the Capital net. Goes up the far side to Jared Tenorti for a moment, but he lost it back to the Caps. And the Caps will get it back there in the midst of a line change, as are the Hawks. John Carlson from the right wing boards. Passing ahead at center ice for Dylan Strome. It's off his stick to Kurashev of the Hawks. flings the puck back into the Hawk zone. Jack Johnson wheeling ahead, missing on a pass for Kurashev at the Capital Blue line. It goes all the way down for icing against the Hawks. 1-0 Washington, 16:56 left in period one.
Whenever the Blackhawks return to full strength after a penalty, it is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine Orthopedics on a relentless pursuit of better medicine. You better bear down right now and get excited about this game. If you're the Blackhawks, Washington has come out here out shooting the Hawks 5-0, 24 seconds in. Ovechkin scores his 18th of the season.
Now the draw to the left of Mrazek, slides back in on Mrazek. He poke checks the puck behind the net to Kurashev, winds it up the right side. Johnson back to Kurashev over the Capital line down the left wing. Tried to pass the puck in front, deflects through to the right wing boards. It's off of Taves' stick, and the other way is Dylan Strome through center ice. Over the Hawk line to Connor Sheary, right circle. Tried to fire it in front. This deflects away instead to Kurashev.
Sheary was looking for Ovechkin. You know that the players are focused on Ovechkin, and you better take the option away of Ovechkin from all these guys because they're looking to make a play.
Ovechkin to Nick Jensen, right circle, Hawk zone, fires a shot. It was blocked on the way in by the Hawks' Jack Johnson. Taves will pass up the left wing to Kurashev, crossing the Capital line. Working against Dmitry Orlov, lost the puck down to the corner. Jensen will fire it back to center ice, and the puck deflects into the Hawk zone, picked up by Jared Tenorti. Standing in the circle to the left of Mrazek. Hawks will start up from there. Tenorti waves it on the right wing side there with a pass to Murphy, who put it ahead in over the Capital Blue line, but we get a whistle as the Hawks come across offside. And it looks like the Caps are right in sync, and the Hawks are fighting it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the Caps have come out here. They're playing well. They've won 4 in a row. Their focus is where it needs to be. Luke Richardson is stressing to his guys that they need to get off to better starts. If you look at their record, 3-0-2 when scoring first. That hasn't happened that often this season.
Now Connor Murphy behind the Hawk net, lost the puck. Milano for the Capitals tried to center. Taken away in front by Dickinson. And the Hawks centerman will flip it to the Capital Blue line. Back to get it, TJ Oshie. He'll drop it back into the Capital zone to Van Riemsdyk. Over to Irwin, then back to Van Riemsdyk. Firing a pass through center ice. This deflects to the right wing corner boards. Yevgeny Kuznetsov tried to center from there. That deflected instead to the near corner to Johnson, who put it down behind the net. Then Murphy will wind the puck up the right wing side to center ice. Here's Tyler Johnson, left wing center ice, firing it down the boards into the Capital zone. Rolls behind the net into the far corner to Irwin, then to TJ Oshie. Put it behind the net near corner to Van Riemsdyk, and he'll flip it back in behind the Capital net to Irwin. Passing up the left wing to Oshie, center ice. To Obe Kubel into the Hawk zone, down the right wing to the corner. Slammed into the glass by McCabe. The puck pops out. Carlson fires from the right point, and Peter Mrazek is down with a butterfly save. Will hold the puck. That's the Capitals' 6th shot on goal to none for the Hawks. It's been dominance by Washington so far.
That's a big save there by Mrazek. All kinds of traffic in front of the net. He finds it, no rebound as the Washington Capital forwards swarm all around the front of the net. Blackhawks come in this one as the top face-off team. That Washington Capitals in the lower third. But some key face-off wins right off the bat gave the Washington Capitals puck possession in the offensive zone, and they were able to capitalize.
Yeah. Now Max Domi, who was 7 for 10 the other night against the Winnipeg Jets, facing off against Marcus Johansson, who wins the draw back out to center ice as the Capitals regroup. And then Anthony Mantha coughed it up to Domi over the Capital line to Kane. He'll fire from the right circle into the glove of Lindgren, and he'll hold on in the Capital crease.
First so we get a whistle for the Blackhawks. Comes off the stick of Patrick Kane. He had 6 shots the other night, and he hasn't had much puck luck as of late. 2 goals in the last 19 games on 65 shots. You do the math. Shooting percentage not very high. Only one recommendation is he needs to get a little bit closer to the net on a more consistent basis. He had a couple of really good looks at the top corner from in close last game and just couldn't find the range.
No points in his last 3 games, Patrick Kane. And if he is able to score 1 point here tonight, he will move ahead of Dino Ciccarelli, all-time 49th place in the National Hockey League in terms of scoring. In the near corner in the Hawk zone, the puck taken by Nicolas Aube-Kubel, who fired from the right circle, and that was turned wide by Mrazek, whose puck in behind is poked out in front, spun away by defenseman Ian Mitchell, and now Mitchell up the left wing, hammered into the boards by Nick Dowd. Penalty coming up here. This is going to be to the Hawks. And Lindgren will head to the Capital bench as Nick Jensen will take the puck and go for a little twirl back in the Capital zone. Between the circles, Jensen will now drop the puck off, and the Capitals go with their 6th attacker. Yevgeny Kuznetsov wheeling through center ice, crossing the Hawk line, fed it down the right wing side. And Connor Sherry reaching for the puck, had it pulled off of his stick by Jonathan Taves as he touches the whistle blows. 13:41 left in the first. It's the Caps 1 and the Hawks no score. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Take the ice with a no-sweat first bet on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers get up to $1,000 back in free bets if your first bet doesn't win. Play your way with everything from the money line to point spreads to player props. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. 21 and older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Money saved through energy efficiency can directly benefit a business's bottom line. That's why businesses throughout Northern Illinois are partnering with the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program to find up to 35% in energy savings, resulting in lower energy costs for their facilities. Because at ComEd, we're powering your business's future. Learn more at comed.com/poweringbiz. ComEd, powering lives. Savings figure is hypothetical only. Actual savings will vary based on the measures implemented and on customers' usage and rate.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Chris Chelios. What are you sipping tonight? El Bandito Yankee is a new ultra-premium tequila that is 100% pure and natural with no additives. Just 100% blue agave. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the most flavorful Blue Weber agave in the world. Now available at Benny's, Mariano's, Jewel, and Woodman's. Go to elbanditoyankee.com to learn more about what makes us so damn good.
Your radio home for the Hawks, Cats, and the NFL, WGN. Now back to the game.
John Weideman, Troy Murray, Joe Brand back here at the United Center. Washington up 1-0, and they are on a power play. This is a big kill early on here, and keep an eye on Ovechkin. He's not out there right now, is he?
He's playing the left point, Troy.
Oh,
yep.
I wasn't looking back there. Little tribute to Dylan Strome on the
and Eric Gustafson.
Yeah. Gus last year played 59 games. Dylan Strome, good season with the Hawks last year.
Sure.
Free agent signing for the Washington Capitals. They'll drop the puck now. Ovechkin, I was looking up on the forward line there. He's playing the point.
They like his point shot, and he's got the puck now off the draw, left point. Capitals have scored a power play goal in each of their last 6 games. In behind the Hawk net, Dylan Strome to Kuznetsov, right wing corner, to the line Carlson, to Ovechkin, top of the left circle to Carlson, high slot back to Ovechkin, to Kuznetsov, right wing circle, sent it on goal. Pad save made by Mrazek. The rebound available in front of the net, picked off by Jason Dickinson, and he'll wind it up the left wing boards and down.
Hawks won that faceoff. Taves went cleanly back into the corner, and Connor Murphy tried to bank it off the boards, kept in by Ovechkin. Those are the plays that need to get down the ice. Don't want to give Washington that puck possession right off the hop.
Strome enters the Hawk zone to the right point, put the puck into the right wing corner to Kuznetsov. Back to Strome, top of the right circle now. To Kuznetsov next to the net, backs to Strome along the right boards, fed the slot for Oshie, and he wires a wrist shot over the net up off the glass. Murphy pokes it away to the point, but kept in by Oshie. To Carlson, standing on the blue line in the deep slot. Now to Strome, right circle, to Kuznetsov next to the net, to Strome, bottom of the right circle. Put it in front, Oshie coughed up the puck. Colin Blackwell of the Hawks right there to pound it off the boards and down. Hawks changing up their penalty killers. They may get caught here. Strome into the Capital zone, dropping it right point, Carlson. Leaves it for Connor Sherry, high slot. Back to Carlson, right point. To Kuznetsov along the right boards. To Sherry in the slot. He winds a wrist shot toward the net. That's wide. Loose puck between the circles now, gathered in by the Hawks' Reese Johnson. And he'll clear it off the left wing boards and down.
Hawks have changed their penalty-killing positioning in their own end of the ice to try and take away that one-timer from Ovechkin, basically hanging one forward onto that side, and the other guy have to contend with the rest of the ice.
Ovechkin back on there, standing in the office in the left wing circle. Now he heads toward the net as Sherry takes the puck from the slot, put it beside the net. Ovechkin shoots, he scores. It's a power play goal, and Ovechkin is now 1 goal away from 800. He's got 2 goals in less than 10 minutes of the first period, and the Capitals lead 2-0.
I said you had to try and keep Ovechkin off the scoreboard in this one to lose his interest in this game, but you've got his full attention now. He is sitting at 799 career goals, looking to become the 3rd player in the history of the NHL to get to the 800 mark. And then Gordie Howe sits at 801. If he can find a way to score a couple more goals, this could get really interesting. Shots on goal 8 for the grade 8 as he picks up a 2nd goal of the night. A power play effort, and the Hawks are down 2-0. But maybe more important is Ovechkin's got both of the goals.
Yeah, he does. Ovechkin scoring. That's his 19th on the season. And it's his 7th on the power play. We'll pick up the assists when they are available. The Caps 1 for 1 on their power play. And as Troy told you, Ovechkin is only 1 goal away from 800. Face-off just outside the Hawk blue line. Nick Dowd, a Culver Academy product. Facing off with the Hawks, Max Domi, and the Hawks get possession off the draw. Here's a pass up ice by Seth Jones into the Capital zone. Deflects down in on goal. Lindgren coughed it up. Here's Domi, a shot from the left circle. 6 save made by Lindgren. Loose puck in behind the net. Dowd lost it there to Domi. Put it in front for Kane. Deflects the puck through to the left wing boards to Johnson. He'll stick it down to the left wing corner for Sam Lafferty. He became entangled there with Garnett Hathaway of the Capitals. Hathaway moves it ahead to Obey Kubel at center ice to Hathaway over the Hawk line right wing. Passing into the slot for Orlov. He takes the puck to the right wing boards and then backhands it behind the Hawk net. Jack Johnson there to pick it off. Caps go for a line change. Hawks trying to do likewise. Seth Jones will now handle the puck in behind the Hawk net. Hawks in regroup mode, gathering for their breakout. Jones pumps it around up the right side to Taves at center ice, bounces off his stick back into the Hawk zone, and Seth Jones drives it back up the right
NHL,
side.
now, WSH versus CHI, goal, WSH first /A, 14, A, Ovechkin, 19, Debin, Capitals 2, Blackhawks 0.
Stripped of the puck nicely by Jake McCabe, who backhands it off the inboards over to Ian Mitchell. Put a pass up the right wing there to get it at center ice is Philip Kurashev. Lost the puck into the Capital zone, and Trevor Van Riemsdyk will control it in behind the Washington net. Connor Sheary gets the assist on the Ovechkin goal. Here's Van Riemsdyk on the right wing side. Passing ahead to center ice. And Marcus Johansson deflecting the puck into the Hawk zone. Hawks get it back. Jake McCabe between the circles will carry to center ice. Shot a pass ahead that deflects away from Dickinson. Caps get it back at their blue line. Kuznetsov winds it over to TJ Oshie, standing on the Cap line on the right wing side, and he'll flip it back across the rink to Matt Irwin. Send it back over now, John Carlson. Got it ahead at center ice to Sonny Milano over the Hawk line down the left wing. He centers, picked off by Jared Tenorti of the Hawks. Passing up the left wing side. Here's Jujar Kara at center ice. Dumping the puck to the left wing corner, Capital zone. Tyler Johnson got it to Kara. Flings it to the left point. This bounces over Tenorti's stick and rolls back to the Hawk blue line. Tenorti back to get it. Head to Dickinson, Hawk line. He'll drop it down beside the net to Murphy. He'll set the puck on the left wing side to Tenorti. Tenorti now rolling into the slot area, Hawk zone. Passing on the right side, Murphy. Head to Kane through center ice and over the Capital line. Fed it down the right side, Lafferty. Put it back in front. Domi tried to poke it on goal. Ends up sending it
Health,
behind.
now, bedtime reminder, your bedtime is set for 9:30 p.m.
Made by Lindgren. Loose puck into the near corner. Sheary gave it away in front. Domi to Kane beside the net. To Lafferty in front. The pass was in his skates. Puck taken out of there by Dmitry Orlov. He'll race ahead to center ice and into the Hawk zone and dump the puck off the right wing corner boards. Back to get it, Seth Jones. Put it up the near side. Picked off by Sheary to Orlov. To Sheary, top of the right circle. Firing into an on goal and a butterfly save made by Mrazek. Loose puck poked ahead by Jones. Ahead to Lafferty, left wing to center ice. To Mackenzie Entwistle over the Capital line to the left wing half board. Stripped of the puck by Nick Jensen. Passing to the line, picked off by Seth Jones, and a long snapshot from there is through the crease and deflected wide off Lindgren's stick. Now Jensen gave the puck away at the right point. There to get it, Reese Johnson firing it down behind the Capital net. Mackenzie Entwistle, left wing corner. Turning away from a check, moves it behind the net to Colin Blackwell. Blackwell tried to feed a pass up the slot. This is picked off by Strome, taken back by the Hawks' Jake McCabe. And then he and Ovechkin became entangled at the Capital Blue line, and Ovechkin kicks the puck back to center ice. Ian Mitchell's got it back and winds it off the right side boards. Down behind the Capital net it goes. Nick Jensen takes the puck there for the Caps. Put it over to Ren Riemsdyk, who got it ahead to the Capital Blue line. Nicolas Aube-Kubel back into the Hawk zone, down the right wing to the corner. He was with Colorado last year when the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. He sent it around. Here's Van Riemsdyk now from the right point with a long shot. That was blocked in front of the net. Taves will carry the puck out of the Hawk zone to center ice and then backhand it down to the right wing corner in the Capital zone. But he was beaten to the puck and then nearly took it back. It's taken back by Irwin of the Caps. And the Caps clear their end. Van Riemsdyk to center ice. Shot it ahead to Nick Dowd at the Hawk blue line. He deflects the puck into the right wing corner in the Hawk zone. But the Hawks will now take it back. And Kurashev whips it up the left wing side to center ice. Alexei Protas there to get the puck. Big Belarusian will hand it off in over the Hawk line to Marcus Johansson down the right side. To Protas in the right wing corner. He and Jared Tenorti lock up and battle for the puck in the corner. Jason Dickinson entering the fray as well. Protas kicks the puck free up the boards to John Carlson, right point. And they're going to say, the linesman on the far side is going to say that he did not hold it in the Hawk zone. He put it back into the Hawk end, putting the Capitals offside. 2-0 Washington with 6:47
NHL, now, do the moonwalk man dancing. Must see. Steven Stamkos dances backwards to score a goal you'll want to watch on repeat popcorn.
The Lisa Dent Show. Weekdays 2 to 6 on WGN Radio.
It's time we go together. Let's go see something new together. Let's go capture moments together. Let's go experience something unexpected together. Wherever you go, enjoy a cleaner running engine with Citgo's top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline. Citgo. Let's go together.
Attention. Truly Punch Hard Seltzer contains alcohol. We know. It tastes so good you might forget. But please don't, especially during your Zoom calls. Truly Punch, our biggest flavor yet. Hard Seltzer Beverage Company, Boston, Mass.
Visit Rinaldi's West Loop to watch your Chicago Blackhawks. Enjoy Truly Vodka Seltzer and any of Rinaldi's signature pizzas while cheering the Blackhawks. Also, Rinaldi's has shuttles taking you to and from the United Center before and after game time. Visit Rinaldi'sWestLoop.com.
At American Sale, we're known for having the largest selection of Christmas trees and decor. And right now, during our Christmas clearance event, save up to 75% on Christmas. You'll find hundreds of quality Christmas trees ready to take home, and thousands of unique decor items too. Save up to 60% on show-stopping gifts like hot tubs, pools, patio furniture, grills, and more. And get 0% financing for 60 months. There's never been a better time to buy. American Sale, helping you bring the fun home.
You can trust CarStar, North America's leading premier collision repair provider with your collision repair needs. Visit carstar.com to find a location near you.
The United Center is home for the holidays this season with the Blackhawks. Join us on December 15th as the Blackhawks take on the Vegas Golden Knights at 7:30. And get to the atrium early to check out the must-see holiday pop-up, including Blackhawks holiday decor, photo opportunities, and a pregame holiday light show. It's holiday fun for the whole family. Get your tickets now at blackhawks.com/holiday.
Caps control off the draw into the Hawk zone down the left wing side. Sonny Milano, a native of Massapequa, New York. That's on Long Island. He leaves it behind the net. Oshie, who sent it out to the right point, John Carlson. He spun it back in behind the net. Milano there will hand it off now to Kuznetsov along the right side boards. Oshie right point. Tried to flip it to the left point for Carlson. Jujar Kara reaching in, poke checks that down to the Capital blue line. Oshie's back to get it, however. And he gains the Hawk zone, then coughed it up in the high slot area. Tyler Johnson will give it a bump down ice into the Capital zone. Eric Gustafsson back to get it there, and the Hawks will make a line change.
Well, TJ Oshie just weaved his way through the neutral zone, and too many Blackhawks just kind of using their stick. You got to finish your checks, slow them down.
Yeah. Now in behind the Hawk net. Mrazek leaves the puck for Jack Johnson. Sends it up the left wing. Lafferty at center ice to Kane over the Capital line to Jones. To Kane, right circle. He fires. Stick save made by Lindgren. Loose puck in the left wing corner taken by Domi. Winds it behind the Caps net into the right wing corner to Kane. He'll leave it down there for Lafferty, who was beaten to the puck, however, by Nick Dowd. And put it ahead to Jensen. He'll poke the puck down to the Hawk blue line. Jack Johnson there for the Hawks. Giving the puck ahead at center ice to Domi. He'll flip it back into the Hawk zone near corner to Jack Johnson. And again, the Caps go for a quick line change as the Hawks get the puck back. Kane takes a handoff from Jack Johnson, wheeling through center ice. Put the puck in over the Capital line down the right wing to Taves. Now in the corner, then in behind the net. Bank pass to the left point, McCabe. Long shot from there. Tipped on goal by Radish. Turned wide by Lindgren. Ian Mitchell in the right wing corner. Gave the puck to Kane along the right wing half boards to Jake McCabe, high slot. He fires a shot from there that hits Sheary in the foot. Radish got it back to Kane, right circle, to Taves beside the net. Here's Taves, chips in front. Kane, he shoots! Oh, and Lindgren got the end of his glove on that and knocked it wide. Lindgren, by the way, a right-handed catching goaltender. Here's a shot from the right point by Mitchell that topples over the Capital net. Picked off in the near corner by Jensen. Clears to center ice. Jake McCabe there. Had it chopped away by Sheary to Strome. In over the Hawk line to Ovechkin, right wing corner. Battling against the Hawks, Ian Mitchell, who was able to get in there and work the puck free from Ovechkin, but then Strome took it back behind the net. Drives it around to the right point to Trevor Van Riemsdyk. He'll fire from there. That was blocked partially by Taves. Then Riemsdyk got it back on the high slot. Sent the puck to Irwin left point. He hammers a shot that banks off the side of the Hawk net. And now Taves, actually Kurashev, is able to clear the puck out to center ice. Capitals come right back in a hurry. Johansson over the Hawk line to Mantha, right point. Fed top of the left circle. Irwin fires, and that deflects wide of the Hawk net, but caroms around to the right point. Nice keep in there by Van Riemsdyk. Mantha from the top of the right circle, snapping it in on goal, and Mrazek down with a butterfly save. Loose puck along the near boards. Denardi pokes it across the rink. Ian Mitchell along the right boards. Had it knocked off his stick by Mantha. Johansson carrying down behind the Hawk net. Checked off the puck by Tenorti. And then Mitchell knocked Protas down to the ice, but the Caps retain the puck. Carlson from the right point. Loose at left point now. Gustafsson. He'll fling the puck down the boards in behind the Hawk net around to Johansson along the right side boards. Played for Seattle last year. Here's Johansson now to Mantha, top of the right circle. Little slap pass in front of the net, sails through to the far side. And Johansson will wind it behind the Hawk net around to the right point. This is off the stick of Gustafsson and back down ice into the Capital zone. The Hawks will get a much-needed line change.
Oh, Washington had nice puck possession in the offensive zone. Hawks have to have a little better communication in their own end of the ice. And when they have that opportunity, boy, they got to get pucks out.
Here's Kara carrying to center ice up the left wing. Dumps the puck at the Capital line, down the boards in behind the net. And Lindgren plays it back into the near corner. Kara's got it there. Put it out to the line, Jack Johnson. Fed it top of the right circle, Murphy firing toward the net. Turned out of there by Lindgren. Capitals get the puck back. And Strome will toss it out to center ice. Kuznetsov in over the Hawk line to Oshie left point. Fed it down the slot, Milano. He backhands the puck in front of the net to the far side. Kuznetsov is there. Then he lost the puck. And Domi is able to work it to center ice in front of the Hawks bench. But coughed it up. Sonny Milano back into the Hawk zone. Milano over to the right point will turn and fire toward the net. Picked off by Murphy, and he'll carry behind the Hawk net. Have a quick look. Leaves it for Johnson in the near circle. He'll hand it off to Patrick Kane coming by up the left wing to center ice. Floats it down to the left wing corner Capital zone. Lafferty flying in to try and get it from Jensen. Had it knocked away behind the net to Domi. Around to the left wing side to McCabe. To the line now to Seth Jones. Jones at the point. Tried to move it down the boards. This is picked off by Nick Dowd of the Caps. He'll wheel back through center. Over the Hawk line on the right wing. Twisting into the high slot. Tried to hand it down toward the net. Picked off by Domi. Bank pass up the right wing. Kane, center ice, short of the Capital line. Sends it rink wide. Seth Jones put it in over the Capital line on the left wing, but we get a whistle as this play is offside. And Seth Jones is not
NHL, now, eyes on the prize. Alex Ovechkin puts home PPG for second of game to move just one away from 800 NHL goals, right pointing triangle.
Number one here at the United Center. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
At Alta Equipment, they know uptime matters, so they've partnered with Volvo, Kubota, New Holland, and more to provide the Chicagoland area with industry-leading service and construction project support. Alta Equipment Company services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And with one of the largest rental fleets in Illinois, there's nothing your job site can throw at you that they can't handle. With locations in Orland Park, Spring Grove, and South Elgin, Alta Equipment, uptime matters.
This morning, my roommate left me a sink full of dirty dishes and an empty fridge. But she did bring me 2 for $2 breakfast from McDonald's, so she understood the assignment. Every day, you can mix and match a sausage McMuffin with savory hot sausage and melty American cheese, a sausage biscuit on a warm buttermilk biscuit topped with butter, or perfectly crispy hash browns. Any 2 for just $2. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
If it happens in Chicago, we know about it. The Lisa Dent Show. Weekdays 2 to 6. Now back to the game.
Give back to our local community this holiday season with the Blackhawks Foundation's annual toy drive in partnership with Vienna Beef. This year's toy drive will benefit families from 2 local nonprofits on the west side of Chicago, the Austin Child Care Providers Network, a house in Austin. And a house in Austin, I'm sorry. Yeah. Be sure to bring new unwrapped toys to our next 2 home games or donate all month long at Fifth Third Arena to help make the holidays special for those in need.
Well, face-off is just outside the Capitol blue line at center ice, controlled by the Hawks. Here's a pass from Seth Jones, Hawk line to Tyler Johnson, center ice on the right wing, but it's off his stick. Capitals get it back. And Kuznetsov, actually Irwin lifting it back into the near corner Hawk zone, intended for Kuznetsov. Taken back by the Hawks. Dickinson clears to center ice. Irwin will feed it ahead off the stick of Oshie, Hawk line left wing side. He'll deflect it down behind the net. Seth Jones tried to flip the puck back out, and now Jones intercepts a pass in his skates in front of the net. Kicks the puck to his stick, moves it ahead. Tyler Johnson over the Capitol line. To Jake McCabe along the left wing boards, put it in front. Johnson shoots, he scores! Well, Tyler Johnson was in the right place at the right time. He spun around like a 360 spin, caught the puck, and as the goaltender Lindgren tried to lunge for it, Johnson beat him into the top shelf with a wrist shot. The Hawks are on the board, trailing 2-1.
You look at the replay, and Irwin fell down, interfered with his goaltender, knocked the stick out of his hand, and an opportunity for Tyler Johnson to pick up a loose puck and then just fire it up into the top corner. If he doesn't elevate, maybe it doesn't go in, but with all the contact, Lindgren didn't have much choice but other than kind of to dive forward on this play, and a broken play, but Tyler Johnson back in the lineup after missing 20 games, gets his 3rd of the season, and the Hawks late in this first period are back in this goal and with this game. And with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal with
NHL now, CAR versus Stat. Final, Hurricanes 1, Red Wings 0. NHL now, WSH versus CHI. Goal, CHI /19. T. Johnson 3, wrist, ASST, J. McCabe 8, Capitals 2, Blackhawks 1.
The Capitals, no shutout tonight. We return to the play. Taves at the Hawk line. Left wing side. Tried to feed the puck ahead for Taylor Radish at center ice. Taken back by the Caps and taken back by Radish. An errant pass at center ice, and he'll backhand the puck down in front of the Capital net. Eric Gustafsson picked it off there. Put it over to John Carlson on the right wing side, and he'll wave it through center ice down into the Hawk zone. Connor Murphy near corner. Winds the puck behind the net up the right side to Radish. Threw it back to Murphy between the circles, Hawk zone. Then to Jared Tenorti, left wing center ice, and he'll drive it down the glass into the Capital zone. Around it goes behind the net to Orloff in the far corner. And he'll leave it there. The puck is then taken back and spun around by Obe Kubel to the Capital blue line as time winds off the clock for period number 1. Well, we had a start that we feared would happen, and that is Nick Alexander Ovechkin finding the hot hand as Troy was a little worried. I think we all were. And Ovechkin registered 2 goals in that period, the first one coming 24 seconds into the contest, and the next one on the power play at 8:14. The Hawks did answer with Tyler Johnson goal at the 19-minute mark. 2-1 is where she stands after 20 minutes, and the shots on goal favoring the Capitals 10-9.
Well, that's the one thing you didn't want to do, is have Alex Ovechkin excited about playing in this game They're heading home for a couple games in Washington, sitting on 900 or 797 goals coming into this one. We'll get it done when we go home. Well, 24 seconds in, his attention is at an all-time high right now. I mean, one goal away from 800. I mean, we're going to witness here something possibly that only 3 people in the history of the NHL have ever done before to reach that mark, which is pretty incredible. And, you know, he's probably excited about the fact that, hey, listen, I can get 800. I can get, you know, he's still got 2 periods to go.
I was just going to say, 40
Lots
minutes.
of time for him to do some more damage.
All right, let's head downstairs and talk to one of the guys that's going to try and keep Ovechkin off the scoreboard for the remainder of our game, and that is our friend Colin Blackwell. And Colin, thank you for joining Troy Murray and myself here on Chicago Blackhawks Radio. Hey, stopping Alex Ovechkin, man, I know that, you know, when you talk about it, you think, okay, what have I got to do, and, you know, where do I have to be? And then when you actually get onto the ice and you're in that moment, try and describe that if you can.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a shooting threat from pretty much anywhere on the ice. You saw, you know, how quick his release is and stuff. So, you know, we got a little bit of a game plan trying to prevent him from getting some of those opportunities, but he finds his way kind of around the scoring areas where, you know, a lot of other players don't necessarily go to. But, you know, for him, he's a big body. He does a lot of good things, and, you know, he's got you know, obviously one of the quickest releases the game's ever seen. So for us, it's just kind of knowing where he is out there at all times, and making sure to try to keep him outside to the perimeter as much as we can.
Colin, one of the things that Richardson is trying to instill into you guys is getting off to a better start, and obviously that didn't happen tonight, and only 5 times this season have you guys scored the first goal of the game. How do you guys get off to a better start, and what's kind of the plan that Luke Richardson is looking for?
Yeah, no, I think it's sticking to kind of our identity. I think it's putting pucks behind their D. They have a man-on-man defensive zone coverage, and they like to play offense. So to try to wear them down that way, I think when we play to that certain identity, to kind of play that grit and that grind game, and, you know, when we're disciplined to stick to that, that's when we're successful. You just saw in that last goal where, you know, D jumps into the rush, creating those second chance opportunities and efforts, and it was really just a forecheck that created kind of a greasy goal there and getting a gratuitous bounce. And you know, I think that's kind of the way we have to play, and kind of sticking to that for a full 60 minutes and right from the start.
And how important is that late goal by Tyler Johnson moving forward?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, Raz made a couple of nice saves too to kind of change that game. It could have been maybe you know, a couple more goals there, and we got to pack it in a little bit better defensively, keep them to the outside, eliminate some of those turnovers, and then getting a late goal like that kind of gives us some life going into, you know, the rest of the game.
Colin, sounds like a great plan. Go do all of that and go get some fluids while you're thinking about it. And thanks for being our guest here in the intermission.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. Colin Blackwell, Blackhawks forward, our guest. After one period, it's the Capitals 2 and the Hawks 1. Joe Brand is standing by in Blackhawks Central. He'll have a full intermission report that's going to be followed by action in the second period with Ovi. 1 goal away from 800 in his career. Will we see history here tonight? You're going to have to stick around and find out. 2-1 Caps after 1. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda. Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda. All with 0 sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Imagine being 3 months pregnant and finding out you have cancer. I'm Robin, and that was my reality. But I trusted my team at Northwestern Medicine, my oncologist, orthopedic surgeon, and high-risk obstetrician, who collaborated to come up with the safest chemotherapy plan. So I didn't have to choose between my life and my baby's.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, the #1 hospital in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report, Robin's team worked together closely, focusing not only on making Robin better, but on bringing her baby into the world safely. After months of treatments, they performed a C-section, then cancer removal on the same day.
Now there are 2 things we celebrate on Sophia's birthday: her life and mine.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Finally, a car that makes life easier. Chevy Malibu. Simplicity and safety. Roomy and a comfortable ride. Plenty of space for the whole posse. Chevy Malibu comes with safety features like forward collision alert and automatic braking, plus pedestrian braking. One less worry for me. And with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it lets me program my playlist and DJ for the day. Plus, with an available Wi-Fi hotspot, Malibu keeps me socially connected. And wireless smartphone charging guarantees I'm never out of touch. Right now, use your Chevy Red Tag Bonus Cash to get $1,000 total cash allowance on a Chevy Malibu. With 35 mpg on the highway, you'll save money coming and going. And keep your Chevy running right with a winter service checkup at your local Chevy dealer. With factory-trained technicians and GM-certified parts, they can save you time, money, and get the job done right the first time. Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com for details and check out a Chevy Malibu. It's rated 4 stars by Kelley Blue Book. Chevy Malibu, built to help you roll like a rock star.
This winter, put down the iPhones and gather the family around the original social networking device, your fireplace. Get your fireplace ready now with the pros at Lindemann Chimney at cleanfireplace.com.
It's time for an intermission update. Sponsored by Truly Hard Seltzer. Do it for the flavor. Here's Joe Brand.
We are on the verge of history here in Chicago. If you're at the United Center, you might want to be careful about the next time you leave your seat. Alex Ovechkin is 1 goal away from his 800th in his NHL career. He's picked up .798 and .799 very quickly in the first period. However, Blackhawks have cut their deficit down in half. It's now a 2-1 lead for the Washington Capitals through 20 minutes, and shots on goal in favor of Washington only by 1. Let's take a look around the NHL. We've got a couple of bloodbaths to get to you. The Toronto Maple Leafs took down the Anaheim Ducks tonight 7-0, handing Anaheim its 20th loss of the season. They had 6 different goal scorers in that one, as Kerfoot had a couple of them. And another high-scoring game, the Buffalo Sabres shut out the LA Kings tonight 6-0. Tage Thompson ends up picking up his 23rd of the year. Alex Tuck also scored in that game. The Kings now move to 15-12-5. They're heading to the shootout over at the TD Garden. The Boston Bruins hosting the New York Islanders. They are tied up at 3 in that one, as Jake DeBrusk has picked up a couple of goals for the Bees. Tampa Bay took down Seattle today 6-2, the final out in the Sunshine State. Over in Detroit, a 1-0 loss to the Carolina Hurricanes, as Carolina improves to 16-6-6 on the season. Detroit now 13-9-6. They're through 2 periods in Nashville. The Edmonton Oilers are on top of the Predators 5-3. Edmonton wrapping up a back-to-back, and Nashville in danger of losing their 4th straight game. The Vegas Golden Knights are trying to improve their 12-2-1 record on the road. They're tied with the Winnipeg Jets right now, 3-3 through 2 periods. Winnipeg has won 4 out of their last 5, and they're going to get a power play to begin the 3rd period. Philadelphia Flyers are on a real rough spell. They're 2-10-5 over their last 17 games. They're taking on the Colorado Avalanche, who begin a 5-game homestand tonight, and they've got a 1-0 lead through 1 period out in Denver. Later on tonight, the Arizona Coyotes, who have picked up points in 3 out of their last 5 games, are on the road against the San Jose Sharks, who are coming off a 6-1 win. Some other finals: the Florida Panthers shut out the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight 4-0, and the Dallas Stars had a 4-1 winner over the New Jersey Devils. Elsewhere around the sports world, NCAA basketball, UIC is out in front of Prairie View A&M 64-57 late in the second half. Chicago State leads Murray State 47-29 in the second half. NCAA football, Illinois defensive coordinator Ryan Walters has been hired to be Purdue's next head coach. Walters led Illinois' defense to the number 1 scoring defense and number 2 overall defense. And in the World Cup, Argentina advances to the final after beating Croatia 3-0. Here at the United Center, the Blackhawks trail the Washington Capitals 2-1, and they just adjusted shots on goal in favor of Washington 11-9. But the story so far is Alex Ovechkin being 1 goal away from history. We'll talk to Troy Murray about that when we come back. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
I'm Jonathan Taves, and you're listening to Blackhawks Radio on 720 WGN.
Football
Rally's back, and so is your chance to win with Bet Rivers Sportsbook app. Featuring our new multi-game same-game parlay. Combine the action of multiple same-game parlays in one bet for more action and bigger payouts. Bet the spread, bet the over, bet player props, and more. Throw in daily odds boost plus award-winning customer service, and it's a touchdown. Download it today.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Oh, whether you're lit like a tree, baked like a sugar cookie, or flying high like Rudolph, driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal. Listen, I get it. You might need a little help from your buds to get through multiple rounds of Christmas dinner. I'm not one to judge. What's in Frosty's corncob pipe is none of my business. Stay on the nice list and don't drive high this holiday season. It's not a game. Visit itsnotagameillinois.com to learn more.
At Midwestern University's multi-specialty clinic in Downers Grove, their team of faculty and graduate students provide patients with a thorough, comprehensive healthcare experience. This state-of-the-art facility is home to the Dental Institute, Family Medicine Clinic, Speech Language Institute, Physical Therapy Institute, and the Eye Institute. To learn more, visit MWUclinics.com or call 630-743-4500 to schedule an appointment today. The Midwestern University Multi-Specialty Clinic, your family's home for healthcare.
Your basement is already dry most of the time, but if you want your basement dry all of the time, you know who to call. Permaseal at 800-421-SEAL or permaseal.net.
Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals lead the Blackhawks 2-1 through 20 minutes here at the United Center. Shots on goal in favor of the Caps, 11-9. I'm Joe Brand. We've got Troy Murray here. He's on the call with John Weideman tonight. And Troy, we're pretty close to seeing some history happen here at the United Center. You kind of called it. If Ovechkin's able to pick up a couple of goals quickly, or even just one goal quickly, he did that in 24 seconds, all of a sudden he's sitting in a pretty good spot. That's exactly where we're at.
You know what? I mean, for the Blackhawks, the worst thing that could have happened was Ovechkin score early in this game, because now, he's engaged in the game. And I'm not saying he wouldn't be, but all of a sudden, if it's a tight checking game, maybe he'd just say, you know what, I'm going to head home, and we've got 2 home games. I'm going to hit 800 there and maybe have a chance to go past Gordie Howe at 801. But a whole different animal now. Yeah. I mean, the whole team for Washington say, hey, guys, we got to get him his 800th goal. So you got to really be focused on where he is on the ice. And the hard part is trying to balance how much do we cheat to Ovechkin and give the other players opportunities, because he's got great players that he's playing with that are going to make you pay if you take away only Ovechkin. But you got to take away his time and space, and you really got to recognize when you get in the offensive zone where he is. The great goal scorers always find a way to get open. Brett Hull, excellent at finding ways to get open. You think you got him covered, he just drifts away from the traffic, and that's what Ovechkin will do. The guy is 6'3", 240 pounds, but he just kind of disappears in the offensive zone sometimes, right. And then when the puck ends up on his stick, it's like, oh, there he is. Tough to defend against a guy who's got almost 800 goals. He knows what he's doing in the offensive zone.
Yeah, I'll say. I know there was a lot of anticipation heading into this game, but throughout your playing career, did you ever have a game where something historic happened midway, or something just completely surprising happened midway?
Well, you talk about who Ovechkin is chasing, and it's Gretzky. And
is this the point streak?
Gretzky had a major point streak going. I don't know what it was, but it was right at this time of the year.
I didn't mean to peel off this Band-Aid.
No, it's fine. Actually, it was right after the New Year, I think, because I told him it was a belated Christmas present that I gave him, but I threw up a pizza in the middle of the ice, and he just knocked it down and went in on an empty net, talking about empty net goals and all that kind of stuff with Ovechkin. But that was kind of a significant moment. The good thing is I got in Gretzky's book because of it.
Right, there you go.
So that is a major moment in my life.
All right, well, maybe you'll have another one to top it if we're able to see some history here tonight, but we'll see what the Blackhawks have in store. That's Troy Murray. He and John Weineman will have the second period for you next as the Hawks trail the Washington Capitals 2-1 on 720 WGN.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
Kenny Mayne here with this declaration for new Caesar Sportsbook app users from Caesar. Your first bet's on us, is what Caesar told me to say. That means if you don't win, you get up to $1,250 back as a free bet. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app and sign up with the code RADIOFULL.
Open to new users in Illinois who are 21 or older. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned as a credit. Must use within 14 days. See Caesar.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Students who transfer to SXU are guided by a transfer counselor who can help navigate the admission process, including credit evaluations, transfer scholarships, and semester schedules to support a successful transition from their prior institution, educating for competence, character, and career success. St. Xavier University is for students who want more out of themselves, and more out of their futures. Speak with a transfer counselor today. Visit sxu.edu, keyword transfer, to discover the way to a brighter future of the best in you. St. Xavier University, the best in you.
Hey, this is John Williams. You've heard me rave about Norman Mechanical Plumbing Services, but I'm not the only one.
My name is Sam. I own Big Sammy's Hot Dogs. My hot water heater went out. I called other companies. Then I remembered Norman Mechanical. I need a special hot water heater. Everybody else wanted more money for a cheaper water heater. Norman Mechanical got the exact water heater I wanted for a cheaper price, and they installed it within 48 hours. They're great, they're honest, they're prompt, they're courteous, they have great service, they don't rip you off, they don't sell you anything you don't need. They're a good company to deal with. I wish I would have met Norman 25 years ago.
That's Norman Mechanical Plumbing Services, 847-489-9592. Wait a minute, you didn't write that down? You didn't remember it? Put this in your phone under contacts. Make it plumber, and the number is 847-489-9592.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
The second period is next. Here for a recap is Joe Brand.
As we've been mentioning all broadcasts long, 2 goals for Alex Ovechkin. That gives him 799 in his career. He's one shy of becoming just the third NHL player in history to pick up 800. That gave Washington a 2-0 lead. Tyler Johnson came back with his first game back since joining the Blackhawks. It's his first goal since October 23rd. He had 2 against the Seattle Kraken and a 3-game point streak. The shots on goal in favor of Washington, 11-9. Let's send it on over to John Weineman and Troy Murray.
All right, thank you, Joe. Teams have lined up at center ice to get the second period started. Taves will face off against Dylan Strome. Strome won the first period, the opening face-off, decisively. And I was thinking maybe Johnny will have that in his head right now and looking to make amends to get it started here in the second period. Find out in a moment. Drop of the puck, and Strome wins another back to the Capital line. We're underway here in the second period. Gustafsson waves a pass through center ice. This deflects down in on Mrazek. Put it behind the Hawk net. Jack Johnson waves it ahead to Taves, who clears to center ice. Capitals take the puck back. Connor Sheary into the Hawk zone to Ovechkin in the high slot, but then a nice poke check by Seth Jones knocks the puck down to the Capital blue line. Gustafsson is there, put it over to Carlson on the right wing of center ice, and he fired it high down the glass. This one caught the netting in behind the Hawk net. We get a whistle stopping play, and they will move this face-off out to center ice. Line changes for both sides, by the way.
Well, Hawks need to build off that late goal by Tyler Johnson here. Only down by 1. They've put themselves in decent position here, coming back and getting 9 shots on goal to the 11 where Washington sits at right now after I think it was 6-0 in favor of Washington.
Yeah. And behind the Hawk net now, Connor Murphy to a puck that had been dumped down the boards by Jensen. Here, Jason Dickinson near corner. Spins it back behind the net over to Jared Tenorti. He'll wheel up the left wing side. Shot it across the rink intended for Jason Dickinson, but it's past him into the Capital zone. Orloff clears it to center ice, taken back by Dickinson. Penalty coming up here to the Caps. Dickinson racing to the left wing corner, Capital zone, leaving the puck there, but the whistle blows. A slashing call will be made here to the Capitals, and the Hawks are going to go to their first Sitco power play. Hey, adventure awaits. Fuel up first with Sitco.
Blackhawks 0 for 3 last game, 0 for 7 the last 3 games. They were shut out twice, obviously. Didn't get much results from their power play in that situation. Washington Capitals on the flip side have been excellent on the penalty kill as of late. They've killed 11 in the last 12 the past 5 games, and 12 of their 16 goals against have come on the road on the penalty kill.
Now Hawks control off the draw. Kane from the left point. Winds in a long wrist shot, knocked wide by Lindgren. Here's Seth Jones with the puck high slot. To Kane, top of the left wing circle now. Kane floats it over top of the right circle. Domi to Seth Jones straight away in the high slot. He leaves it there for Patrick Kane. Takes a few strides and fires. This tumbles just wide, deflected toward the net by Taves. Kane got it back high slot, leaving it there for Seth Jones. Jones carries over to the left wing corner. Drops the puck behind the Capital net. Radish to Taves, left circle. Put it over Domi, right circle. Put it back in front, and Taves slaps it just wide. And the puck cleared away by Jensen, not out, kept in by Kane, high slot. Put it down toward the net. Taves will try and deflect it on goal from beside the net. And Lindgren got just enough of it as it deflects through the crease and away, and it's cleared down ice by Nick Dowd.
I wonder if that hit the post. It looked like it got past the goaltender. Stayed out, however it was.
Domi back into the Capital zone to the left circle. Fires a wrist shot in on goal, and a glove save made by Lindgren. He holds it.
Some excellent puck movement by the Blackhawks. Taves with a couple good looks. A failed clear gave the Hawks that second opportunity. Yeah, I think this little redirect goes off the near post and out the backside of Lindgren. Taves with a couple really good looks. 7 goals in the first 11 games for the captain. And 1 goal in the past 14, so after a hot start, he's cooled off somewhat. A couple good opportunities there, should give him some confidence.
He'll take this next draw against Johansson and wins it to Domi in the slot. To Kane, top of the left circle, to the line, Jones to Kane, top of the left circle. Put the puck down beside the Capital net to Radish, to Kane along the left wing boards, to Jones high slot, firing a shot from there. Deflects off Taves' stick and deflects wide of the net. Carlson got to the puck and drives it around the right wing boards and down. Seth Jones racing back to pick up the puck behind the Hawk net and carry to center ice. Gave it to Taves over the Capital line, left wing to Jones, down the slot, moves in, shoots! Blocker save is made by Lindgren. Kane got the puck back in the left circle. Sends it to the right point, Tyler Johnson. Johnson now leaving it at the right point to Seth Jones. Gave it to Kane, standing at the blue line, deep slot. To Tyler Johnson, top of the left circle, back to Kane. Rolls off of a check from Sherry. Kane in the high slot to Johnson, left circle, shoots! And that's turned out of there by Lindgren. The puck deflects up and out of play. Tyler Johnson was bidding for his second goal in as many periods.
What a great setup, moving the puck from one side to the other. Seth Jones gets a great opportunity right down the middle on the rush here. The Washington Capitals were waiting for that drop pass to Patrick Kane. They didn't take it, and Seth Jones went right through the middle of the ice. And then you looked at the opportunity. Kane moved it around from one side to the other and then opened up Tyler Johnson. What a great effort by the goaltender to dive across to his right and deflect this one out of play.
And the faceoff is in the circle to the right of Charlie Lindgren. He's got a 4-game winning streak. His career-long win streak is 5 games that he did last year with the St. Louis Blues. And the draw taken by the Hawks behind the net. Kurashev had it knocked off his stick around to the right point. McCabe down to Philip Kurashev along the right boards to McCabe, top of the left wing circle. Capitals at full strength as McCabe fires from the left circle, high and wide of the net. Puck ricochets around back to the Hawk blue line. Ian Mitchell had it there, shot it ahead to center ice. Nick Dowd for the Caps will dump it back to the right wing corner Hawk zone, where McCabe put a little shoulder into Kuznetsov and then waves the puck up the left wing side to Tyler Johnson. Shot it across the rink into the Capital zone. Gustafson to Mantha, put it in over the Hawk line. Here's Gustafson now down the left wing side, firing, and a nice butterfly save made by Mrazek the other way. Dickinson through center ice over the Capital line on the right wing. Put it into the high slot for Johnson. He had a stick pulled off the puck by Mantha, who now has the puck back through center. In over the Hawk line right point. Sends it left point, Gustafson. Moving in, he'll fire. And this was blocked beside the net by Jake McCabe, who then corrals the puck. He'll carry out between the circles. Then ahead to center ice on the left wing in front of the benches. And send a bouncer down toward the net that Lindgren looked like he almost misplayed it. Irwin kicks the puck behind the Caps net. Hit by Lafferty. Moving it up the right side. Lafferty now runs into another Cap on the far side. Entwistle takes the puck in the left wing circle. Sends it to the right point. Murphy. All he can do is deflect this pass into the right wing corner. Gustafsson got it there. And he leaves it for Protas, who moves it on the right wing side. Carlson will fire it down ice into the Hawk zone. Here's Tenorti with it along the left board. Put it out to center ice for Oshie. Run into by the Hawks' Jason Dickinson, knocking the puck free. Oshie took it back Capital line to Johansson over the Hawk line right wing. Crisscrossing with Protas. Hands him the puck, and Protas fires a long wrist shot from the right circle that sails wide of the Hawk net. Caroms out of the corner and banks down ice into the Capital zone. Here's Nick Jensen racing back to center ice and over the Hawk line. Drops it off Dylan Strome down the right wing. Put it in front of the net. There's Ovechkin. Left circle. Leaves it in front. They score. Trevor Van Riemsdyk will never score an easier goal. All of the Hawk players were looking to their right at Alexander Ovechkin, who made everybody believe he was going to shoot the puck. He ends up getting the puck over to Van Riemsdyk, and he fired it into a nearly empty 4x6. It's 3-1 in favor of the Caps.
Ovechkin 2 goals and an assist in this one. Continues his hot play this season. It's a broken play, and Ovechkin throws a backhand towards the net. Caroms off the skate of Seth Jones, and Trevor Van Riemsdyk all alone in the slot. He takes about a couple strides in towards the puck and just nonchalantly buries it into the vacant 6x4. Trevor Van Riemsdyk goals in 2 consecutive games now.
So 3-1 Washington. Van Riemsdyk from Ovechkin at 4:56 of period number 2. As we rejoin the play, it's deep in the Capital zone in the near corner. And Seth Jones well in deep from his point position, keeping it alive there, moving it out to Kane right point. Spins it left point, Jack Johnson. Sent it down left wing corner, Max Domi. To Seth Jones now at the right point, down to Domi along the right wing boards. Back to Jones, a long shot from the line. And Tyler Johnson was screening the goaltender Lindgren, but Lindgren made the save with the cheater portion of his glove. The other way, Orlov through center ice. Put it in over the Hawk line. Down the slot here, Sherry with a shot. A blocker save made by Mrazek. Hawks get the puck back. Here's Jack Johnson. Near corner Hawk zone, passing out to center ice. This is picked off by Matt Irwin at the Capital blue line. Sends it ahead for Garnett Hathaway into the Hawk zone down the right wing. He leaves the puck in the corner.
NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, goal, WSH /4, 56, T. Van Riemsdyk, 3, wrist, ASST, A, Ovechkin, 14, ND, Strome, 17, Capitals 3, Blackhawks 1.
It's turned out of there by Lindgren. Hayes with the puck in the left wing corner. Chopped off his stick by Dowd, who moves the puck across the rink. Now Ian Mitchell skates in from the right point to the half boards. Kept it alive, put it behind the net, Radish. Put it in front, Kurashev will shoot. That was blocked in front by Dowd. Radish got to the puck along the left wing boards. Leaves it in the left wing corner, Mitchell. Back to Taves, he'll pound one from the left circle. And a blocker save made by Lindgren. Here's a shot from the line by Kurashev that bounced off of Lindgren and up into the air, and then is cleared ahead to center ice by Irwin. Into the Hawk zone, this is Obe Kubel firing from the right circle. Then Mrazek makes the save with the pads. And now the puck is played by Kurashev down ice into the Capital zone. Jensen will carry behind his net. Banks it up the left wing boards to Mantha at center ice. It's off his stick. Tenorti takes the puck back of the Hawk zone. Leaves it over to Murphy. Head to Reese Johnson. He's over the Capital line down the left wing to the corner. He became entangled with Milano, lost the puck. Capitals get it back. Orlov with a pass ahead to center ice to Kuznetsov. Moving it on the right wing for Milano into the Hawk zone, but it's off his stick. And Connor Murphy will carry to center ice, leading the rush over the Capital line. From the slot, he shoots. It was a high shot and looked like it might have hit Lindgren into headgear, but it bounces away, and the Capitals get the puck back. Here's the pass now, Kuznetsov to Mantha over the Hawk line down the slot, and Connor Murphy was bothering him on the way in by reaching with his stick and messing with Mantha's stick, so he misplayed the puck wide of the net. Meanwhile, Tenorti clears it down into the Capital zone.
That's a real good effort there by Connor Murphy to fight his way back into the play and deny that opportunity, as you mentioned, from Mantha.
Here's Oshie, left wing corner Hawk zone. Fed it out to the line. Gustafsson a long wrist shot, and that was blocked, and the puck bounces down ice to the Capital blue line. Gustafson racing back to take it in front of the Hawks, Jason Dickinson. Put it over to Carlson, to Protas at center ice, and then back to Carlson. He sends a bouncer wide of the Hawk net. Alexei Protas in to get it. Belarusian native, passing to Johansson, left corner. Fires it through the front of the crease and wide. Protas got it back behind the net. Moves it now in the right circle to Oshie, to Carlson. He was checked along the far boards, Hawk zone, and the puck comes free. Dickinson moving it to Tyler Johnson. Over the Capital line, tried to hand it ahead to Jack Johnson toward the net. And that was knocked away, and here is Oshie at center ice, front of the benches. Waves it across the rink. Jack Johnson picks off the puck at the Hawk blue line. He'll take it and go for a skate down between the circles in the Hawk zone as the Hawks are in the midst of a line change. Now Jack Johnson handing the puck to Patrick Kane to center ice to Sam Lafferty. Got it across the Capital blue line. Was checked by Dylan Strome. Lost the puck. Irwin the other way. Moving it on the right wing to Sherry. Crossing the Hawk line. Right point. Moving into the slot. Sherry to Strome beside the net. And he pumps one on goal. Big save made by Mrazek. A follow-up shot was taken away by Jack Johnson. Head to Domi. Through center ice and over the Capital line on the left wing. He had it pulled away with a poke check from Gustafson. The other way come the Caps. Here's Ovechkin into the Hawk zone left point. He became entangled with Jake McCabe, lost the puck. Domi hands it at center ice to Kane over the Capital line, and he'll fire from the right side. Knocked away with a pad save by Lindgren. Here's a follow-up shot now from Mitchell from the right point. That deflects well wide. Here's Ovechkin to the puck along the near boards, Washington zone. Put it down to the corner. Gustafson there for the Caps. He'll move it up the right wing side, and Strome will carry to center ice. Strome to Ovechkin over the Hawk line left wing. He sends one down toward the net. Mrazek stops it easily. Waves it over to Ian Mitchell. Then ahead to McCabe, then to Taves through center ice. Taves will dump it into the Capital zone, but right into the glove of Carlson, who drops the puck to his stick and put it into the near corner Capital zone to Orlov. He works it across over to Carlson. Passing up the right side for Hathaway. This deflects into the Hawk zone. Murphy back to get the puck in the far corner. Leaves it for Kurashev. He was outbattled for the puck by Dowd, who poked it behind the Hawk net. Here's Dowd with the puck back in the net. Dowd to the right corner. Sets up the right point, Carlson. Leaves it there for Nick Dowd. Dowd then flips it left point, Dmitry Orlov. Long wrist shot, blocked by Tenorti on the way in. Caps get it back. Obey Kubel put it to the line. Orlov, he fires a skipping shot that goes just wide of the Hawk net. Dowd got it back from the right wing side to Orlov, high slot. Sends the left wing corner to Carlson. He'll flip it behind the Hawk net where it's controlled by Hathaway. And we get a whistle stopping play. Got a penalty to tell you about after the break with 9:23 left in the second. 3-1 Washington. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Money saved through energy efficiency can directly benefit a business's bottom line. That's why businesses throughout Northern Illinois are partnering with the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program to find up to 35% in energy savings, resulting in lower energy costs for their facilities. Because at ComEd, we're powering your business's future. Learn more at ComEd.com/poweringbiz. ComEd, powering lives. Savings figure is hypothetical only. Actual savings will vary based on the measures implemented and on customers' usage and rate.
When the temperatures go up, 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 or the temperatures go down, down, down.
Hi, it's Dick and Elizabeth from American Weathermakers Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Elizabeth, would you rather A, have no heat on a cold night and have to wait for a service call, or B?
B, there's nothing worse than freezing while waiting for service.
That's why people love our 60-Minute Men. If you have no heat, American Weathermakers will be at your home in 60 minutes or give you a $60 gift card for the repair. And we never charge overtime, so you can call us in the middle of the night. It's the same price.
And our thorough furnace tune-ups include our no breakdown guarantee.
Plus, we have the best prices on the top furnace and air conditioner brands every day.
No heat, tune-up, new furnace? Either A, call.
American Weathermakers, we won't be comfortable until you are. Call toll-free, 855-955-HVAC.
Or B, visit AmericanWeathermakers.com.
You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey. Now, back to the game.
The Adidas Reverse Retro Collection is here, and this year's look calls back to the classic 1938 sweater in which the Blackhawks won their second Stanley Cup. The full line of jerseys, tees, hats, and more are on sale now at retail locations across the United Center and at cbhshop.com. Gear up now before the Blackhawks wear them again this Sunday against the New York Rangers. John Weideman, Troy Murray, Joe Brand broadcasting live from the Alta Equipment broadcast booth. Alta Equipment, uptime matters. Blackhawks trailing the Capitals 3-1, but the big story of this one is Alex Ovechkin with 2 goals and sitting at 799, looking to become the 3rd player in NHL history to reach the 800 goal mark.
And
Wayne Gretzky and
Gordie Howe.
Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe.
That's a pretty select company.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You think? Yeah. This is the Hawks' second Citgo power play. Adventure awaits. Fuel up first with Citgo. Face off to the right of Lindgren. Taves wins the draw on the left point. Seth Jones walks it to the deep slot. Fires. It came back to him. Jones now right point. Put it down the boards to Domi. Tried to wind it back to the point. This deflects into the right wing circle. Taves fishes it out of there. Kane took it back high slot. Put it at the deep slot to Jones. Back to Kane along the left wing boards to the corner. Back to Seth Jones, left point. To Kane, left circle. To Taves out in front. He'll turn and fire, and a glove save is made by Charlie Lindgren. He'll hold on to the puck. We get a whistle stopping play. The Capitals goaltender contingent, both from the land of 10,000 lakes. Charlie Lindgren from Lakeville, Minnesota.
Jonathan Taves has had a lot of opportunities in this game. He's taken 8 shots on goal. 2 have reached the net and 5 have missed, including one little redirect off the post.
Taves wins this face-off again to Kane near the left point. Gave it over to Jones, top of the left circle. Slap pass to the right circle, Domi. He'll wind it behind the net around to the left point, Jones. Put it to Kane in the deep slot. Now to Domi, top of the right wing circle. He floats it over top of the left circle now. Seth Jones to Domi, high slot to Kane, top of the right circle. One-timer and a blocker save made by Lindgren. The puck cleared away by Orloff down to the Hawk blue line. Domi is there. Domi to Kane. It'll hand off to Domi over the Capital line. Fights through a check from Hathaway. Works the puck free in the slot. Radish fires and a shoulder save. Reload, score! In front of the net, you had Domi and Taves. They were battling for position, and I think Max Domi was able to tap this in behind Lindgren. It's a power play goal, and the Hawks are now back to within 1 of the Capitals, trailing 3-2.
Well, I think there's a little indecision on who actually got the goal. Jonathan Taves leads the procession to the bench. I thought it was Max Domi, but I think it went off the skate or the stick of defenseman Orloff. Taves goes over and celebrates with Max Domi, but it's Jonathan Taves' goal. I just talked about him. He had some good looks so far. This one finds the back of the net on the Citgo power play. His 9th of the season, his 5th on the power play. With that goal by Taves, it's sponsored by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Score a Chevy Equinox on the ice or off. Chevy Equinox will get you where you want to go. Drive with Kane and Taves. Drive. And with that goal, it's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
Absolutely. Make mine a Bandito. And for Taves, as Troy told you, his 9th on the season, 5th on the power play. Taylor Radish, I believe, will get one of the assists. Hawks 1 for 2 in the Citgo power play. Here's Blackwell charging through center ice. Gave the puck to Mitchell over the Capital line right point to Blackwell. Moving it across left point, McCabe. He'll float it down to the corner. This eludes Gustafson and bounces behind the Capital net. Picked off in the near corner. And Irwin is nearly sent through the glass with a massive body check by Colin Blackwell as the puck ends up back in the Hawk zone. And Seth Jones has it. Outlet pass, Reese Johnson, center ice. He'll fire it down the boards into the Capital zone. It eludes Lindgren, and it ends up in the far corner Caps end. Jujarkara drags it behind the net and put the puck back into the far corner. Nobody there but Alexei Protas of the Capitals. He sent a pass ahead to Oshie, Hawk blue line, right wing side. He floats it through the air down to the left wing corner, and back to get it, Seth Jones. Jones passing up the left wing. Dickinson got through a check over the Capital line, left wing side. Drop pass for Tyler Johnson is picked off by the Caps. Dylan Strome got it ahead to Sheary over the Hawk line. Drop pass to Ovechkin, left point. Leaves it there to Van Riemsdyk. He'll flip the puck in behind the net. Sheary's got it. Sheary fed it across. Van Riemsdyk left circle. Sent it in on goal. And a nice butterfly save made by Mrazek. The other way come the Hawks. Dickinson to center ice in front of the Hawks bench. Will flip it down the left sideboards and down behind the Capital net. Jensen leaving it there for Trevor Van Riemsdyk. 6:30 left in the second period. It's 3-2 Washington. And Riemsdyk having a long look with the puck, then passing ahead now to Kuznetsov, who will turn and carry through center ice and over the Hawk line. Kuznetsov to the left circle, snaps a shot over the net. Milano in the far corner for Washington. To Kuznetsov, back in the net, put it into the far circle, and a shot from Mantha was turned wide by Mrazek. Here's Sam Lafferty behind the Hawk net. Pokes the puck free along the near boards to Connor Murphy. He'll outlet the center ice on the left wing to Dickinson. Actually, Domi now pokes it into the Capital zone. Dmitry Orlov's got the puck on the near side of the rink. Passing it ahead, Carlson over the Hawk line. A long wrist shot sails over the net. Loose puck into the near corner. Batted away by Kuznetsov to the left point to Orlov. He fires. That was blocked in the slot. And then Kane tried to use his skate to kick the puck out to center ice. Taken back by Mantha, top of the right circle. Mantha now in the left wing corner with the puck. Sends it back to the left point. Orlov there. Will flip it back down in behind the Hawk net for Sonny Milano. Here's Milano around to the near side, dropping it off from Orlov as they crisscross. Orlov leaves it in front. Kuznetsov tried to drop it off top of the right circle to Milano. He worked it to the corner, leaves it for Orlov, back to Kuznetsov, and he'll fire from the right circle over the top of the Hawk net and around down to the Capital blue line. Carlson is there to get the puck for Washington. Put it ahead for Mantha. He'll dump the puck into the left wing corner Hawk zone. And it was taken by Johansson, who tried to center. That deflects away. Kurashev the other way. 1 against 3 Caps over the Capital line down the right wing. Firing a backhand over the net. Nice keep in by Taves at the left point from Oshie. And then Oshie will poke it down to the far corner in the Caps end. Irwin fires it around behind his net up the left wing side. Here's Protas in over the Hawk line. Dropping it off. Oshie high slot. Tried to flip it through the air to the Hawk net. Picked off by Jake McCabe. He'll clear it off the boards to center ice. Caps get it back, and Gustafson will wave it off the left wing glass and down behind the Hawk net. Mrazek stopping it there for McCabe, who sent the puck up the left wing side for Radish. It's off his stick. Capitals get it back, and it's cleared into the right wing corner. Taken back by the Hawks. Kurashev the other way. To Radish over the Capital line, left wing side. Fighting through a check from Van Riemsdyk. Leaves the puck for Kurashev, then to Radish in the corner. Radish strips it away behind the net. Gustafson's got it there, and he'll hold it as the Caps assemble for their breakout.
The Hawks are playing with a little bit more confidence right now. Washington, not as much offensive zone time. The Hawks have had some opportunities to carry some play through the neutral zone. Ovechkin back on the ice. 2 goals in this one.
Ovechkin standing over the center ice circle, takes an outlet pass and waves a backhander down into the Hawk zone. Quickly cleared ahead by Seth Jones to Jujhar Khaira. He deflects the puck into the right wing corner, Capital end. Bounces out to the right wing boards, Dickinson. To Tyler Johnson, right corner. To Seth Jones, right point. Moves it left point, Jack Johnson. Long wrist shot from there. Is stopped in front, and then Lindgren will plop on the puck at the top of the Capital crease and hold it. 3:29 remains in the second period. It's 3-2 Capitals. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago News on WGN. Current, local, agenda-free.
United is proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks. But this story is about more than hockey. It's about committing to our hometown and lifting up the kids who will one day lead the way in the Windy City. That's why United is teaming up with the Better Chicago and the Chicago Blackhawks Foundation to support One West Side, where we're investing in bold ideas to fight poverty, provide early education, and bring life-changing opportunities to undeserved youth. This is the story of an airline and a community when good leads the way.
This morning, my roommate left me a sink full of dirty dishes and an empty fridge. But she did bring me 2 for $2 breakfast from McDonald's, so she understood the assignment. Every day, you can mix and match a sausage McMuffin with savory hot sausage and melty American cheese, a sausage biscuit on a warm buttermilk biscuit topped with butter, or perfectly crispy hash browns. Any 2 for just $2. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Hey, it's John Hanson. So you put off estate planning or writing that will. It's okay. You're not alone. But the act of identifying and organizing your assets so your friends and family are clear about your wishes is so important. Contact the folks at I Trust, Corinne and John Heggie. They're a husband and wife team at Heggie Walkner Law Firm. They've refined an easy, straightforward process to estate planning, trust agreements, and living wills. They'll take the time to understand your goals and distribution wishes. Visit HeggieLaw.com to schedule a free consultation. Visit HEGGIE Law.com.
CarStar repairs hundreds of different makes and models, but the name on the car isn't nearly as important as the name of the person who owns it. Because at CarStar, they don't just repair cars, they repair your car.
We are broadcasting live from the Alta Equipment broadcast booth. Alta Equipment, uptime matters. Washington 3, Hawks 2. Shots on goal now 24-20 in favor of the Hawks. They've had some really good looks at Charlie Lindgren.
Well, here are the Caps on the attack out of their end to center ice now. Nicholas Aube-Kubel dumps the puck to the right wing corner Hawk zone, where he's hit by his former teammate in Colorado, Jack Johnson. Johnson pokes the puck up the left side for Tyler Johnson, who sends it down to the corner. Nick Jensen in deep for the Caps. Moves it behind the Hawk net near corner to Nick Dow, but he had it pulled off his stick. Domi took the puck away to Tyler Johnson, to Patrick Kane, right wing to center ice. Put it in over the Capital line, down the boards to Seth Jones. Jones then had it knocked off his stick. Jensen will clear the puck off the glass. Look out, this got behind Seth Jones. Aube-Kubel down the left wing, Hawk zone. Put it out in front, and Mrazek made a nice save. The rebound, they score! It's Nick Dowd following up the play and taking a pass on the left wing corner and shot it into the top shelf. And the Capitals have their 2-goal lead back now at 4-2.
This one kind of hurts. Somehow, the Capitals had a 2-on-0. Stuck with it. And the mad scramble after Hathaway doesn't connect on a backhand deke move. Nice job by Mrazek to keep that one out of the net. Then his stick is knocked out of his hands by Seth Jones. Nice little play by the Washington Capitals to just toss one off the boards so they could skate into it. And all of a sudden it was a 2-on-0 that developed.
Well, for Nick Dow, that's going to be his 5th on the season. And I would think Garnett Hathaway might pick up an assist, but seemed like there were changes in possession there. Not really sure how they're going to distribute.
Will get one for sure, and I do believe on the flip side of that Protas will probably get an assist as well.
The way these teams have been trading chances, Troy, I would think that no lead is safe right now. Here's Radish with the puck. High slot Capital zone. Fires it down to the right wing corner. It's in the skates of Carlson. Kurashev tried to pull it out. The Caps did instead. Gustafsson with a lead pass to center ice for Sherry on the right wing. Sent it across the rink to Ovechkin over the Hawk line near the left point. He sends it back over into the right wing corner. And Ginordi will poke it up the left wing side. Kurashev at the Hawk blue line will send it across the rink along the near boards in the Capital zone. Gustafsson in to take it in front of Taylor Radish. Gustafsson put it behind.
NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, goal, CHI second/11, 38, PPG, J, Tays, 9, NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, goal, WSH second/17, 18, N, Dowd, 5, wrist, ASST, G, Hathaway, 3, and N, Aube-Kubel, 1, Capitals 4, Blackhawks 2.
Blackwell into the glass, took the puck and frees it up the right wing side down into the Hawk end. McCabe tried to clear it out. His stick was tied up. Oshie took it away. Oshie from the right wing circle tried to center. This banks instead over to Colin Blackwell. He's through center ice over the Capital line on the right wing. And let's go a wrist shot that sails over the net. This puck taken back by the Capitals. Van Riemsdyk to Oshie over the Hawk line. Down the right wing. He fires. And down is Mrazek with a butterfly save. And Twistle with the puck far circle. Clears it off of Lafferty, and look out, this one deflects up and over the glass and out of play. We get a whistle stopping play with 1:04 left in the second period. Capitals leading 4-2. We'll take a break. Be back with more after this. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Clogged toilet, broken pipes, flooded basement? Don't let your plumbing problems take you off your game. When you need a plumber fast, call Plumbers 911 at 1-833-PLUM-911, where they promise to connect you to a plumber in 5 minutes or less. Their phones are open 24/7 at 833-PLUM-911, and their highly trained plumbing professionals are ready to answer your call. Get your plumbing job done right the first time with Plumbers 911 Chicago, your plumbing connection.
Imagine being 3 months pregnant and finding out you have cancer. I'm Robin, and that was my reality. But I trusted my team at Northwestern Medicine. my oncologist, orthopedic surgeon, and high-risk obstetrician, who collaborated to come up with the safest chemotherapy plan. So I didn't have to choose between my life and my baby's.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, the #1 hospital in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report, Robin's team worked together closely, focusing not only on making Robin better, but on bringing her baby into the world safely. After months of treatments, they performed a C-section, then cancer removal on the same day.
Now there are 2 things we celebrate on Sophia's birthday: her life and mine.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Hey Hawks fans, this is Andreas Athanasiou. Let's get back to action.
Now back to the game.
Join us December 15th as the Blackhawks host a special pregame wine tasting in the United Center atrium before the team takes on the Golden Knights. The first 500 fans to check in on site will receive a commemorative plastic Blackhawks wine glass and the opportunity to taste from over 10 different wines for a holiday date night to just a night out with the friends. Get your tickets now at blackhawks.com/holiday. I might have to stop down there.
Yeah, I was going to say, Troy, that sounds like that'd be right in your wheelhouse, man. It'd be a good time. Good time.
I'll be like Harry.
Troy, I think maybe we ought to get you a cup of coffee, maybe a ride home. There's a shot from the right circle Hawk zone by Kuznetsov that deflects up into the protective netting. 4-2 Washington with 54 seconds left in the second period.
Yeah, be strong here to finish it off. You're only down by a couple. You've been in a position where you've created a lot of offensive opportunities. Don't give the Washington Capitals a late one here. If you get an opportunity, hey, go for it yourself.
Face-off circle to Mrazek's left. And it's won by Dickinson. Back to McCabe. Passing ahead Lafferty. He'll carry to center ice. Drops it off to Kara over the Capital line on the right wing. Then Jensen took it away. Snaps the puck behind his net up the right wing side to Mantha. Moves it to Milano over the Hawk line on the left wing. He's met along the near boards by Kara. And a poke check by McCabe. The puck ends up at center ice. Lafferty to Dickinson to Lafferty over the Capital line with 30 seconds in the period. Lafferty in the corner. Centers the puck. It's off Kara's stick to the near boards.
ESPN game. Now, ESPN game. Final, Oilers 6, Predators 3. The post-game show is underway on 102.5 The Game.
Off of traffic in front of the net and ends up in the protective netting. 18 seconds left in the frame.
Another face-off in the offensive zone for the Caps. Last draw that was taken to Mrazek's left. The Hawks won and able to get the puck out of the zone. This time, Domi comes out. Luke Richardson's made a line adjustment. He's put Tyler Johnson up with Domi and Kane and moved Lafferty back with Jujar Kara and Dickinson.
Strome wins the draw. Tried to get it to Ovechkin, but a nice play by Tyler Johnson to step in there and disrupt that. And then Gustafsson from the right point snapped one off the top of the glass and up into the crowd. They're going to face off this. They're going to say it deflected off of Tyler Johnson's stick. So face-off circle to Mrazek's left.
You know, keep an eye on Ovechkin off this face-off play. Oshie's going to try and draw this straight back to Ovechkin. But if they win this one clean, you're so it's Strome.
Yep.
Be careful on some kind of a set play.
And it's moot because Domi won the draw. Johnson passing to Domi at center ice on the left wing. He was caught, lost the puck. Sherry back into the Hawk zone with 2 seconds. Sends a skipping shot toward the net that's turned out of there by Mrazek as the period comes to an end. So 4-2 in favor of the Washington Capitals after 2 periods of play. And the Hawks have outshot Washington 24-22 so far. And as the boys leave the ice, we look down near the benches. Some discussions going on there. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. And now it looks like order has been restored and each team will be sent to their respective dressing rooms.
There hasn't been a lot of animosity in this game.
I was going to say, I
don't know if that was anything more than some casual conversation. Somebody asking Ovechkin for his stick, maybe? Hey, can I have your 800th goal stick, please?
Who was it that asked Wayne Gretzky? Who was it that asked Wayne Gretzky for a stick during a game? There was a player.
Billy Gardner.
Billy Gardner, right.
Played with them in juniors.
In Sault Ste. Marie?
Yeah, or somewhere. They grew up together and they played together. And Billy Gardner asked him during a game, hey, after the game, can I have your stick? And
did Gretz give it to him? I'm sure he did.
I think so.
Oh, that's funny.
He gave me his stick in the Winter Classic after I asked him for it. He said, you might as well have my stick. You've been holding it your whole career. That's a great line.
And he's
From
got
the
a
great one.
He's got a terrific sense of humor, too.
Yeah, he does.
All right, let's go downstairs and join our guest. It's Tyler Johnson. And Tyler, it's great to see you back in the lineup. I know 20 games must have seemed like an eternity with that high ankle sprain, but you celebrated it in style with a goal. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Just still trying to get my footing back a little bit, but getting a good bounce like that's always nice, but we need a few more here.
Is there any hesitation in your game with that ankle at this point?
I don't want to say it's hesitation. I think it's just more timing than anything, just kind of getting back into, the game swing of things. There's a few times where I'm kind of sitting there thinking, you know what, I need to be there compared to just being there. So it's a little rust right now, but I'm trying to get my feet moving and trying to get everything going right now.
Well, so far so good from up here as far as our view of how you played. In the second period, I thought you guys started to play the game that you wanted to. Capitals did score a couple goals, but I thought that you guys were creating the opportunities, handling the puck through the neutral zone, and getting in the offensive zone and creating those chances. What was the difference?
Well, I think the big thing for our team is trying to get pucks deep. I think we're a pretty good forechecking team when we do that. We just turn the puck over a few too often. And, Washington's a very good team. They've always been very, very good in transition. They're always a team that feeds off your mistakes, and that's how they got their goals. So we got to do a better job of getting pucks deep, working into our favor, playing into our game, and going from there.
If you look at maybe a line adjustment, you moved up and played with Domi and Kane. But the tail end of that period, or the middle of the period on, is that going to be a permanent position heading into the third?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's Luke's call there, but we like to say we can play with whoever, and before the game we knew we were going to switch up a little bit here and there, but I'm not sure what's going to happen moving forward.
Well, Tyler, when you first came to the Blackhawks, my first thought about your style and the way you played is versatility and adaptability, and you've shown all of that since joining the Blackhawks. Great to see you back in the lineup. Go get some fluids and go get them in the third period.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
You got it, my friend. Tyler Johnson's been our guest here in the intermission. Joe Brand is standing by in Blackhawk Central. He's going to have a full intermission report for you good folks. Then third period action will ensue, and this one's a long way from over, and Alexander Ovechkin has not scored, I repeat, has not scored his 800th career goal. It hasn't happened yet, but we've got another period to play, so stick around. We got a good one here at the United Center. 4-2 Caps after 2. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
My local bank got bought again? Last time, my account was messed up when they converted.
Sounds like you're ready to try my bank, Marquette Bank. They're a local bank with personal service and the digital stuff. Zelle, mobile banking, online banking, 40,000 free ATMs nationwide. Plus, they're always supporting local causes in our community.
When you bank with Marquette Bank, good things happen for you and your neighborhood. Marquette Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Love where you bank.
Attention. Truly Punch Hard Seltzer contains alcohol. We know. It tastes so good you might forget. But please don't, especially during your Zoom calls. Truly Punch, our biggest flavor yet. Hard Seltzer Beverage Company, Boston, Mass.
Visit Rinaldi's West Loop to watch your Chicago Blackhawks. Enjoy Truly Vodka Seltzer and any of Rinaldi's signature pizzas while cheering the Blackhawks. Also, Rinaldi's has shuttles taking you to and from the United Center before and after game time. Visit Rinaldi'sWestLoop.com.
You can help raise funds for the Serenity Foundation and help change lives while enjoying a festive evening of fun. Wednesday, December 21st, Chicago's own famed John Vincent will be live at Rizzo's Bar and Inn, singing all your favorites and holiday classics. Ketamine Centers of Chicago would like you to know about the Serenity Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit which supports the mental health of the community by sponsoring ketamine infusion-based treatments for depression, PTSD, anxiety, and other mental health illnesses. They step in when financial challenges ages and failed conventional medications are obstacles for people to find healing. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 64% of people report the holidays worsen their mental health. Serenity's work is needed more than ever. John Vincent will be joined by TV and radio personality Pat Tomasulo, bringing the laughter with his comedy act. This duo will be performing at Rizzo's Bar and Inn on December 21st to support the Serenity Foundation. This event will sell out. To purchase tickets, visit serenityfortheholidays.com.
Sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services.
When you're betting and find yourself constantly thinking about gambling, and you are losing more money than you have, are you really winning?
If you're spending too much time playing slots, or you can't stop betting on sports,
and you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, maybe lying, hiding your habit, and losing more than you can afford to lose,
you are not alone. And Way Back In, a gambling addiction treatment center, is here to help.
When your betting has gotten out of hand, call 1-833-DON'T-BET.
Your basement is already dry most of the time, but if you want your basement dry all of the time, you know who to call. Permaseal at 800-421-SEAL or permaseal.net.
It's time for an intermission update. Sponsored by Truly Hard Seltzer. Do it for the flavor. Here's Joe Brand.
A couple more goals in that second period. Both teams pitching in, but none scored by the guy that everyone's keeping their eyes on. Alex Ovechkin still with only his first two in the first period. He's at 799 in his career as the Capitals lead the Blackhawks 4-2 through two periods here at the United Center. Elsewhere around the hockey world, 12 games going on in the NHL tonight. The majority of them have finished, and we'll get started in Toronto, where the Maple Leafs put up a whopping 7 goals on the Anaheim Ducks, taking down Anaheim 7-0. The Florida Panthers shut out the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight 4-0. The Dallas Stars a 4-1 victory over the New Jersey Devils. The Buffalo Sabres a shutout as well. They took down the LA Kings 6-0. Boston ended up winning in that shootout 4-3 over the New York Islanders. The Tampa Bay Lightning got a 6-2 victory over the Seattle Kraken. Carolina shut out the Detroit Red Wings 1-0 for the Hurricanes. It's their 16th win of the year. The Edmonton Oilers doubled up on the Nashville Predators 6-3, so Nashville now has a 4-game losing skid after Edmonton picked up the win in a back-to-back second-half meeting. The Vegas Golden Knights now improved to 13-2-1 on the road. They held off a 6-5 winner over the Winnipeg Jets, handing the Jets just their second loss over their last 6 games. And elsewhere in the hockey world, the Colorado Avalanche have come back to take a 2-1 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers. They're through 2 periods out in Denver. And the San Jose Sharks are coming off a 6-1 win. They lead the Arizona Coyotes 1-0. They're in the first period. Tomas Hertl with the only goal in that game. Elsewhere in the sports world, let's start in NCAA football. After leading Illinois to the second-best defense of the nation, defensive coordinator Ryan Walters has been hired to be Purdue's next head coach. The 36-year-old Walters will become the 4th youngest head coach in the FBS. NCAA basketball, Murray State mounts a second-half comeback. They beat Chicago State 66-65. UIC takes down Prairie View A&M, the pride and joy of Texas, with a 70-61 victory. And in the World Cup, Argentina advanced to the final after beating Croatia 3-0. Here at the United Center, it's a 4-2 lead for the Washington Capitals over the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks have been upping their game, but they still trail by 2. They're out shooting the Capitals 24-21. And again, Alex Ovechkin 1 goal away from his 800th career. We'll have Troy Murray help us break down that second period when we come back. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Hey Blackhawks fans, this is Patrick Kane, and you're listening to 720 WGN.
Take the ice with a no-sweat first bet on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. New customers get up to $1,000 back in free bets if your first bet doesn't win. Play your way with everything from the money line to point spreads to player props. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official partner of the Chicago Blackhawks. 21 and older and present in Illinois. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
As you get ready for the holidays this year, there's a lot to keep you busy. But in the midst of all the festivities, don't forget about your plans for the future. Tom Fortino of the Alpha Wealth Group has prepared a 2022 year-end planning report. This report will show you ways to reduce the tax burden on your retirement savings, income strategies that don't depend on the volatile markets, and what changes to expect in Social Security. Tap into Tom's experience. He's been helping build financial plans for retirement for over 2 decades. Call Tom today at 630-934-1855 and ask for the 2022 year-end planning report. That's 630-934-1855 or visit alphawealthgroup.com and listen to This Week in Wealth Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WGN.
Advisory services through Retirement Wealth Advisors, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Alpha Wealth Group, licensed in Illinois.
Get your engine road trip ready and fill your tank with top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline from our proud sponsor, Citgo. Adventure awaits. Fuel up first with Citgo.
The Blackhawks trail Washington 4-2 through 2 periods here at the United Center. They are out shooting the Capitals 24-21. Couple of good looks on their power play, converting one of their power plays. With the Capitals picking up another pair of goals, and they have doubled up the lead on the Blackhawks. I'm Joe Brand. We're joined by Troy Murray here on Blackhawks Radio. And Troy, that was a pretty solid 20 minutes played by the Hawks.
I thought the second period was good. They created a lot of chances. What were the shots in the first period? 9?
10-9.
10-9.
So, doing some quick math.
So they put 15 shots up.
Yeah.
Which, for them, is good. I mean, they have trouble getting shots on goal, so they had those opportunities. They created second and third chances around the net, and they finally, they got a power play goal from Jonathan Taves, got back into it, but broke down in the neutral zone and then struggled to find their positioning after a quick 2-0 developed for the Washington Capitals, and they regained that 2-goal lead. So now you're fighting an uphill battle, but I think when you look at the opportunities they had in the second period, they can kind of take that and say, okay, listen, guys, we're creating some chances here. Let's just continue to play that way. And as you heard Tyler Johnson talk about during the interview, shore things up defensively and don't give those odd man rushes those opportunities.
I thought the power play looked very good, both of them.
Yeah, I liked the movement that they had, and they passed it around and they created chances, and they didn't hesitate to get pucks to the net. Kane was all over the ice on both sides, which is what I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him in motion rather than standing on the half boards looking for the perfect pass that rarely comes. But I agree with you. I really liked what I saw out there.
I do wonder how much of a drive it was after that first intermission. I mean, you want to prevent history from happening, wouldn't you? If you're the Blackhawks, you don't want it happening.
You don't want to be
building.
a part of it. You want Ovechkin to go do that on home ice against somebody else, so you can watch it on TV and say, "Hey, I saw that." It would be cool, though.
It'd be cool for us.
I'm not going to say it, but
right.
It would be very cool. I mean, 3 guys in the history of, it's going to happen, but he'll be the 3rd guy in the history of the NHL to reach the 800 goal mark. That's incredible.
Well, I mean, let's also point out he could get it, and the Blackhawks could still win this game.
Yeah, I'd like that, right?
That was Jack Heinrich's idea.
So if he scores one more, then the Blackhawks got to get 4 in the 3rd period.
Yeah. Well,
so let's hope he doesn't get it, so you only have to score 3.
Okay.
But let's do this one goal at a time.
I like that. Yeah, because you keep the competitive balance that way.
Focus on a good start here. Score 1 goal in the first 5 minutes. Whenever you're behind, you kind of break it down into 5-minute segments. Score a goal in the first 5 minutes. You don't have to push it, but score a second goal in the second 5 minutes. Very doable, and that's how you kind of work your way back into it. But really, you're going to have to take some chances, but at the same time, you have to be really smart defensively, because this is a team with a lot of skill, and as you can see that what they've done when they've mismanaged the puck, the Hawks, the Capitals have really taken advantage of it.
Well, let's get some fluids and try to make that happen in the 3rd period.
As John said, go get some fluid and go get them in the 3rd.
That's Troy Murray and impersonating John Weideman. We'll hear both from them in the 3rd period when we come back. Hawks trail Capitals 4-2. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
That old car is worth money. Visit VictoryAutoWreckers.com for an instant quote. Victory will tow no matter what condition your car's in. Victory buys vehicles every day, including nights and weekends, and you'll get cash on the spot. Go to VictoryAutoWreckers.com for more information or save money by fixing up your car with used parts. Go to VictoryAutoWreckers.com to search their inventory. VictoryAutoWreckers.com.
VictoryAutoWreckers.com. It's open enrollment for the ACA Health Insurance Marketplace. If you want to enroll in a new health plan or update your current one, GetCoveredIllinois.gov can help you navigate health coverage to find a quality health plan. Find out if you qualify for financial help and get free enrollment assistance. Our local navigators are here for you. Your simplified health plan coverage journey starts at GetCoveredIllinois.gov.
Finally, a car that makes life easier. Chevy Malibu. Simplicity and safety. Roomy and a comfortable ride. Plenty of space for the whole posse. Chevy Malibu comes with safety features like forward collision alert and automatic braking, plus pedestrian braking. One less worry for me. And with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it lets me program my playlist and DJ for the day. Plus, with an available Wi-Fi hotspot, Malibu keeps me socially connected. And wireless smartphone charging guarantees I'm never out of touch. Right now, use your Chevy Red Tag Bonus Cash to get $1,000 total cash allowance on a Chevy Malibu. With 35 MPG on the highway, you'll save money coming and going. And keep your Chevy running right with a winter service checkup at your local Chevy dealer. With factory-trained technicians and GM-certified parts, they can save you time, money, and get the job done right the first time. Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com for details and check out a Chevy Malibu. It's rated 4 stars by Kelley Blue Book. Chevy Malibu, built to help you roll like a rock star.
Hey, Chris Chelios here. It's time to break out the Bandito. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. So smooth, it's criminal. Break out the Bandito, baby.
The third period is next. Here for a recap is Joe Brand.
Down 2-1 to begin the second period. The Blackhawks actually started generating some momentum. They had a good power play despite scoring no goals. However, Washington pounced on some energy after that. Got a goal from Trevor Van Riemsdyk. It was almost the third goal by Alex Ovechkin. But then later on, the Blackhawks went on the power play and continued more solid power play work.
Domi over the Capital line, fights through a check from Hathaway, works the puck free in the slot. Radish fires and a shoulder save. Let's score! In front of the net, you had Domi and Taves. They were battling for position. It's a power play goal, and the Hawks are now back to within one of the Capitals, trailing 3-2.
It ends up being Jonathan Taves' goal, but then later on, Washington would pick up another goal by Dowd, making it 4-2 Capitals, where we still stand. But the Hawks out shooting Washington 24-21. Again, if you haven't heard, Alex Ovechkin is one goal away from 800 in his NHL career. And if he does it in these next 20 minutes, you'll be hearing it from John Weideman.
Thank you very much, Joe. This reminder, by the way, hockey fans out there and those of you that are hockey players, adult hockey players, the Ross R33M Ross McNeil 3-on-3 hockey tournament coming up January the 28th of 2023 out in Wheaton, and all of the proceeds are to benefit pediatric cancer research. So we would ask you to please go to the R33M website, r33m.org website, for more details and get some teams together. That's a lot of fun. I had a skate out there yesterday, bud. The ice is good. In behind the Capital net, puck was poked away by Gustafson up the right wing to Sherry. Into rink wide pass, Ovechkin left wing to center ice, put it in over the Hawk line to Gustafson. A long wrist shot off the chest of Mrazek. And Ovechkin takes the puck behind the net, flips it up the slot. Oshie put it into the right wing corner to Protas. And a sharp angle shot turned wide with a stick save from Mrazek. Here's Protas right corner again to Nick Jensen right point. Sent it left point, Dmitry Orlov. Hands it off to Oshie left circle, back to Orlov left wing corner. He'll force his way behind the Hawk net, drop it off to Protas in the corner to Jensen right point, who misplayed it over the blue line and put it back into the Hawk zone and puts the Capitals offside. So 1:02 into the third period, still 4-2 Caps.
Ovechkin started the period and he stayed out there the entire time. It's a long shift for Ovechkin. But when you spend it all in the offensive zone, you don't have to move too far.
Yeah.
He just kind of wanders around that left wing side looking for some open space.
I would think, Troy, the longer you play in this league, the more you realize the value of being in position and how you can make that work for you. Maybe practice the economy of energy. As in behind the Capital net, puck taken away by Lafferty. He tried to put it in front for Kane, who shot it over the net. In the far corner, I'll try and come back to that point in a minute. I'll let you ruminate for a few minutes on that thought. In the left circle in the Capital zone.
If I knew what ruminate meant,
you can think about it, or think about it. Now Orloff lifts the puck ahead into the Hawk zone. Protas then misplayed it in front of the Hawk net. Seth Jones there passing up the left wing for Domi. Off his stick down into the Caps end, and Van Riemsdyk firing the puck back up ice. Johansson turned his skate to deflect the puck down in behind the Hawk net. Jake McCabe's got it there. McCabe chased out by Kuznetsov, got free from the check. Passing up the left wing, Dickinson at center ice to Jujhar Khaira. Bats the puck down the left wing side into the Capital zone to the corner, then finishes his check in the near corner on Matt Irwin. And Khaira trying to scrape the puck out of Irwin's skates against the boards, and does, but put it down in behind the Capital net. And Trevor Van Riemsdyk is there to Matt Irwin near corner. Outlet pass, Kuznetsov center ice, and a pass ahead into the Hawk zone off Milano's stick. Puck deflects behind the Hawk net around to the near corner. Ian Mitchell pulls it free, and he'll lead the rush. Mitchell to center ice. Carries in over the Capital line to the right point and drives it down the boards in behind the Washington net into the near corner. Carlson then flipped the puck back in behind to Kuznetsov, who drove it around. Nice keep in along the half boards by Mitchell. Scrapes it into the right corner. Tyler Johnson there. Whips it behind the net around to the left point to Tenorti, who tried to fire. Blocked by Mantha to center ice to Obey Kubel. He's over the Hawk line down the left wing, leaning to the net. He couldn't get a clean shot away, and a nice poke check there by Mrazek. A little help from Murphy and Tenorti. Loose puck now taken back by Carlson. Right point, he'll fire. Blocker save made by Mrazek. And Johnson will clear the puck over the line to center ice, forcing the Caps to regroup. Gustafson, quick pass back into the Hawk zone to Obey Kubel. He sent the puck away to the near boards. This is picked off by the Hawks, and Tenorti will fire it ahead. This deflects down in behind the Capital net. Jensen with a dangerous play walks it out in front of his net, but then passes up the right side to Nicholas Obey Kubel, and he'll fire it down in behind the Hawk net. Peter Mrazek stopping it for Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson carries out from behind the Hawk net. Then a lead pass up the left wing, Reese Johnson. Down into the Capital zone to the left wing corner. He floats the puck in behind the net. Orloff picked it off, stripped of the puck. Here's Taves left circle. Tried to hand it off to Blackwell heading to the net. He's stripped of the puck by Sherry of the Caps. Sherry into the Hawk zone, lost the puck off a poke check from Jack Johnson. The other way, Seth Jones to Colin Blackwell, Capital line on the left wing. He's met right at the blue line by Van Riemsdyk, who pokes the puck ahead. Dylan Strome into the Hawk zone to the right point, lost it to Blackwell. Poking it ahead to center ice. Here's Taves over the center ice circle. Put it in over the Caps line, right point to Philip Kurashev. Down to Taves, bottom of the right circle. Put it in front to Kurashev, and he sent it in on goal. Lindgren makes a scrambling save and holds on. We get a whistle, stopping play, 4-2 Caps.
Well, Kurashev has had some good looks as of late, only 3 goals on the season. You would think he'd have more goals with the skill set that he has and the ability to create chances once he gets into the offensive zone, and he's a 200-foot player. I've really been impressed with his all-around game. Another little setup there from Jonathan Taves as he drives right to the top of the crease area. That's where you want to go. You want to look for those second and third opportunities. Lindgren did a nice job of finding this puck after the redirect coming in from Kurashev.
Now the draw to the left of Charlie Lindgren. It's going to be Nick Dowd facing off with Jonathan Taves. Dowd has a goal in this game. It's the one that made it 4-2 in favor of the Caps, and now Dowd's been tossed out of there. Stepping in to take the draw, Nicholas Obey Kubel. Taves repositioning his teammates. And now Obey Kubel will step aside for a moment as the Caps reposition. And the drop of the puck, Taves wins to the right wing boards. Kurashev there. He'll work it free to Taves, right circle, but it's picked off by Obey Kubel. He'll carry to center ice and put the puck in over the Hawk line, down near the left point. Fed it across top of the right wing circle to Van Riemsdyk, who backs up to the point. Sends it left point, Irwin, down to Obey Kubel along the left wing boards. He'll leave the puck at the point. Van Riemsdyk got it. Moving down the left wing to the corner, centers the puck. Picked off by Radish for a moment, then taken back by Obey Kubel. Moves it to the right point. Van Riemsdyk there will spin it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Rolls up the far side to Irwin. He spins it back in behind the Hawk net to Hathaway. To Van Riemsdyk right corner. To Obey Kubel right point. A long shot from there. Tipped just wide by Hathaway. Loose puck behind the Hawk net. Seth Jones had it. Lost it. Hathaway took it back in behind. Poking it up the near side to Van Riemsdyk right point. He'll lift it down to the corner. McCabe tried to clear it out. Taken back by Protas. He'll fire from the right circle. Blocked in front by Seth Jones. Caves takes the loose puck and clears to center ice. And Irwin will play it with a hand pass. We get a whistle stopping play. Pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Chicago Blackhawks hockey.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
We're broadcasting live from the Alta Equipment broadcast booth. Alta Equipment, uptime matters. Face off at center ice. Hawks up, or down by a couple, I should say, to the Washington Capitals.
And now Oshie at center ice coughed up the puck to the Hawks' Max Domi, who sent Kane over the Capital line down the right wing to Lafferty in the corner. Tied up, lost the puck. Taken back by Kuznetsov. He'll pass ahead to Oshie at center ice. Oshie flings it off the right wing boards into the Hawks zone. Mitchell knocked it away, but the Caps take it back. Johansson for the right boards. Now in the high slot, here's Carlson with a shot. Blocked in front, loose puck top of the crease, and it's pushed out of there by Mrazek as Oshie and Tenorti became entangled. The whistle stops play. Let's see what we're going to get here.
I don't know if there's any penalties. I think it was just a quick whistle. I'm not sure if the official knew where it was. It was hanging around the top of the blue paint there. Mrazek couldn't get there. Oshie missed some time this season back in the lineup. Boy, he's an important piece of the puzzle for the Washington Capitals. He's a money guy. Reminds me of Joe Pavelski a lot. Those two guys.
Very similar, yeah.
They just make great plays. They work hard. They go to the tough areas. Good hockey sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, for the longest time, they were calling him TJ Sochi because of his shootout moves over at the Olympics.
Yeah, that was pretty special.
Yeah. Now back at the Capital blue line, Dmitry Orlov to the puck. Sends it over to Kuznetsov, then to Jensen on the right boards, to Kuznetsov to the Hawk blue line. Coughed up the puck the other way, Tyler Johnson. To Jujar Kara, Capital line left wing. He'll backhand it down the shelf. It ends up in behind the Capital net. And Dickinson pulls it free, and then Orlov took it right back. Sweeps it around up the left wing side, and Kuznetsov will fire at the length of the ice. Let's see if we're going to get icing here.
Deflected off.
I guess not.
Connor Murphy.
Nantha put it in front to Kuznetsov. He got away a shot, blocked the rebound, they score, and it's Ovechkin with a hat trick and his 800th NHL goal. And the Capital bench empties as everyone from the Washington Capitals team will skate down and surround Alex Ovechkin for scoring his 800th National Hockey League goal. He joins select company with Wayne Gretzky and Gordie Howe as the only three players that have ever played in the history of the NHL to score 800 goals. Congratulations, Alex Ovechkin.
And if you listen in the background here, the Chicago fans are giving Ovechkin a really nice ovation. An Ovechkin ovation.
As the hats are being showered onto the ice.
You know, I think everybody realizes how special this really is. And now you've got an opportunity to tie Gordie Howe. Wow, this is something pretty special. 800 goals for Alex Ovechkin. I said early on, you didn't want to get him invested in the game, and he scores 24 seconds into it.
You called it, Bud. Ovechkin going down to the front of the net. It was actually kind of a broken play as Kuznetsov had the chance and then had it knocked off his stick.
NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, goal, WSH 3/6, 34, A, Ovechkin, 20, wrist, ASST, A, Mantha, 10, and E, Kuznetsov, 19, Capitals 5, Blackhawks 2.
I wish you could see the celebration and the excitement on Ovechkin as he comes off the bench, raises his stick to the crowd here at the United Center and gets a standing ovation. Only three people in the history of the NHL, and you're talking a lot of special players over the years.
Alex Ovechkin, kind of a sub-headline, that's his 29th career hat trick and the first one he's ever scored against the Chicago Blackhawks. What a moment here at the United Center.
Already owns the NHL record for most road goals scored in a career.
First ballot lock for the Hockey Hall of Fame is Alex Ovechkin. The goal at 6:34 of period number 3.
Can I have his stick?
Oh, boy.
Call down there and ask one of the trainers, hey, just get that stick for me.
Now to clean up the business for Ovechkin, that's goal number 20 on the season from Kuznetsov and Mantha. There the Caps attacking again. Dowd to the Hawk net down the right side. Got away a shot, but it was stopped by Mrazek with the glove. He'll hold it for the whistle and a stoppage in play. 5-2 Capitals with 13:03 left in the third here at the United Center, and this is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This morning, my roommate left me a sink full of dirty dishes and an empty fridge. But she did bring me 2 for $2 breakfast from McDonald's. So she understood the assignment. Every day, you can mix and match a sausage McMuffin with savory hot sausage and melty American cheese, a sausage biscuit on a warm buttermilk biscuit topped with butter, or perfectly crispy hash browns. Any 2 for just $2. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Having repairs done in your apartment should never come with strings attached, like being harassed and constantly pressured for sexual favors.
My landlord told me my rent would be free if I gave him something in exchange.
The Fair Housing Act protects you from harassment by anyone associated with your housing, including someone making unwelcome sexual advances. If this happens to you, file a complaint with HUD. No strings attached. To learn more, visit HUD.gov/fairhousing. If you fear for your safety, call 911. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Who needs an alarm when you have Bob Surratt? Weekday mornings at 6 on 720. Now back to the game.
Well, we just witnessed history here at the United Center. Not in the best way, but a very special way, with Alex Ovechkin recognizing him on the scoreboard here. Another standing ovation here at the United Center for Ovechkin, as he stands up along with all his teammates. 800 goals. My goodness. That is just crazy.
And Ovechkin, coming into this game, needed only 20 shots on goal to pass Ray Bourque for the all-time lead in NHL history in shots on goal. So we'll have to keep an eye on that counter as well. And there's still plenty of time left in this game. 12 minutes and 55 seconds left. And I'm sure Ovi's got a few left on that stick, but maybe he'll save it for the next game in Washington. I don't know. That's kind of your call, Troll. Back inside the Hawk zone.
I think that stick right now is long gone.
Yeah.
Somebody's got that, and they're not giving it away.
Off to the Hockey Hall of Fame for sure.
Yep.
Now at center ice, Kurashev will sweep the puck off the left sideboards and down behind the Capital net. Lindgren plays it around up the left wing to Protas, who put it back in behind the Caps net to Van Riemsdyk. Passing up the right side, Oshie. Then a rink-wide pass, Protas over the Hawk line down the left wing. This plays the puck down behind the net. Ian Mitchell there to take it. Mitchell escapes up the right side, stopping now along the boards. Put it over to Tenorti along the left wing side, who's playing with a shield tonight.
Gmail, now, United Weather, regarding rain and possible storms tonight through tomorrow night, so some things have happened. On Tuesday, December 13th, 2022 at 3:49 p.m. weather stormlord less than weather stormlord at gmail.com greater than road. Good afternoon, everybody. As of the current moment, it looks as if rain is going.
Finished his check on Gustus and worked the puck free to Jack Johnson. He pounds one from the left point. Stick save made by Lindgren. Ovechkin back on the ice, playing the left wing side. Capitals on the attack. Sherry at center ice to Carlson, to Ovechkin over the Huck line, firing from the left side boards, high and wide of the net. And then Ovechkin had it off his stick. And down behind the Hawk net, it goes to the far corner to Reese Johnson. Ovechkin will take a leisurely skate to the Capital bench. Here now is Colin Blackwell deflecting the puck down the left side boards in behind the Caps net. Nick Jensen back to handle it there. Had it knocked off his stick to the left wing. Jake McCabe put it out in front, and Dickinson deflects the puck wide. Kara along the right side boards, Capital zone. Tried to poke it down to the corner. Jensen intercepts. Jensen carrying to center ice. Leaves it ahead now. Mantha over the Hawk line. Fires from the left wing circle. He scores. Now, Anthony Mantha made that look somewhat easy against his former teammate Peter Mrazek from their days back in the Detroit Red Wing organization. And a nice shot by Mantha into the top right corner makes it 6-2 Washington.
Mantha picked up in a trade with the Red Wings. That's where he was teammates with Mrazek. And he was known for a big man at 6'5", 230 pounds with a good shot, and you just saw it right there.
Yeah.
Little move. And then just wired one past Peter Mrazek. Hasn't been the best night for Mrazek right now, but in some ways he hasn't had a whole lot of help defensively.
Well, he will be part of history, as you can say that. Probably not the infamous part that he is a part of, but for another day, maybe. Here's a shot by Orlov from the left circle Hawk zone. Stick save by Mrazek. That's the 27th shot on goal by the Caps. Orlov from the line, moves it to Jensen, top of the right wing circle. Back to Orlov in the deep slot. Winds up and fires, and that ricochets just wide of the right post. Dickinson picks up the rebound, and he'll lift it through the air down into the Capital zone. Orlov back to get it. Orlov now in the corner to the left of their goaltender. Move it ahead now to center ice. Johansson. He coughed it up in front of the penalty boxes there to Domi. Well, the hacking and whacking going on, and Johansson steers it back into the Capital zone. Then Ben Riemsdyk coughed it up in the slot, and Kane couldn't get to the puck. He was taken down. He looks at the referee for a penalty call, none given. Meanwhile, the puck is flung down ice by Jensen and down behind the Hawk net. Spun around up the near side by Tenorti to Lafferty. Lafferty at center ice, put it over to Mitchell, front of the benches. He'll fire the puck down the right side boards and in behind the Capital net. And Lindgren there to stop it. Moves it around up the far side there to Johansson, who clears through center ice into the Hawk zone. Tenorti sent it off the near glass out to center ice. Carlson's got the puck Capital line. Over to Irwin. Nearly fell down at the Cap line on the left wing side over in front of the Caps bench. But he got it over to Carlson, who sent a pass up the right side Oshie Hawk line. He'll deflect it down behind the net. Tenorti handling it there. Put it over to Murphy. He'll pass up the right side into the Capital zone. That was intended for Taylor Radish. The former Hawk Eric Gustafson clears to center ice. Connor Murphy leading the charge back into the Capital zone to Kurashev left circle. Firing, that's through the crease and wide. Taves to the right wing boards. Will backhand it down behind the Capital net. And Carlson leaves it there for Gustafson. To Carlson. Now ahead to the Capital line, Dylan Strome. Made a pass ahead that was intended for Sheary, but Sheary's stick was lifted by that of Jack Johnson at the Hawk line, and the puck skitters down behind the net, and Johnson wheels it out. Johnson through center ice over the Capital line down the right wing. Thrown into the inboards by Orlov. Puck bounces out off the Taves' stick, and here's Ovechkin the other way. Through center ice over the Hawk line on the left wing, and he fires a wrist shot wide of the post. Puck tumbles up the near side to Jack Johnson. He'll carry down to the corner near side in the Hawk zone and then wheel in behind the Hawk net. To Seth Jones on the right side boards. He banks a pass ahead intended for Reese Johnson that skips off his stick down into the Capital end. Jensen carrying behind his net will leave it along the far boards.
NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, goal, WSH /A, 59, A, Mantha, 8, snap, Capital 6, Blackhawks 2.
The Capitals get the puck back, then give it back. Jensen gave it away, Entwistle, left wing corner, to Blackwell behind the net. Put it out in front, and this deflects off a Capital player's stick to Reese Johnson in the high slot. And he turned to try and fire toward the net. It was blocked on the way in. Kuznetsov moving it ahead to center ice. Milano across the Hawk line on the right wing, leaving it at the point for Mantha. Tried to put it into the near circle and did, but picked off by Jake McCabe. He sent it over to Colin Blackwell, front of the benches. He lifts it down ice into the Capital zone. Puck ends up in the left wing corner. Dickinson's got it there, fed it up the slot. Kara deflects it over to Mitchell. Top of the right circle. He delays and then fires, and that's just wide of the net. Puck hits the glass, ends up on Mantha's stick. He'll put it in behind the Caps net. And now Irwin will feed a pass ahead to the Hawk line, picked off by the Hawksian Mitchell. Over to Jared Tenorti. And a pass up the left wing for Jujhar Khaira. Deflects it down in behind the Capital net. Irwin spins it into the far corner. Khaira's got the puck. Tried to center. And Dowd with an alert defensive play in front of the Caps net, lifting Dickinson's stick so that the puck slides free. And Obey Kubel carrying through center ice will dump the puck into the right wing corner Hawk zone. Mitchell and Hathaway get there at the same time. Mitchell works it behind the net over to Lafferty. Back to Mitchell behind the net near corner. He'll spin it behind the net over to Tenorti. Head to Lafferty inside the Hawk line. He drops it back to Mitchell. Kind of put him in a bad position there. Mitchell spins it behind the net around to Tenorti on the left wing boards, and he'll fire through center ice into the Caps end. This is quickly passed ahead into the Hawk zone to Ovechkin, who pounds a shot from the top of the right circle. Mrazek got down with a butterfly save, and then we're going to get a high sticking call here to the Caps. We'll have a Citgo power play when we return. 6:11 left in the third. 6-2 in favor of Washington. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
1 foot on the farm and 1 foot in the city. Lisa Dent, weekdays 2 to 6.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda. Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda. All with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever.
NHL, now, the great Keycap 8, Keycap 0, Keycap 0, Alex Ovechkin nets top hat, trick to join Gordie Howe, Wayne Gretzky is only 800 goal scorers in NHL history.
According to data from the 2022 Illinois Youth Survey, almost 50% of high school seniors who use alcohol access it from their parents, with parent permission. This sends a confusing and dangerous message to teens that alcohol use is safe and permitted by adults. Allowing underage drinking is not only unhealthy and unsafe, it's also illegal. And allowing minors to drink on your property can come with many legal consequences. Parents who host lose the most. For more info, visit DuPagePLT.org.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
So sorry the food is late.
You should order through EasyCater. Professionally delivered on time and as ordered.
Totally would, but the E is broken on my keyboard.
Just get IT to fix it.
Totally would. Can't type the word help.
Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
You can trust CarStar, North America's leading premier collision repair provider with your collision repair needs. Visit CarStar.com to find a location near you.
Who's Hot, Who's Cold, sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago. Visit Plumbers911.com for emergency plumbing service. Well, we know who is hot. Alex Ovechkin, 800 career goals with a hat trick in this game, 6:11 to go. He's hot, sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago. Visit Plumbers911.com for emergency plumbing service.
So Ovi's only 1 goal behind Gordie Howe to tie him, and 94 behind Wayne Gretzky. I have that number right?
Yep.
94.
Yep.
And still a young man at, I think, 37 years old. We'll just have to see how it goes. Hawks on the Citgo power play. Adventure awaits. Fuel up first with Citgo. Kane firing from the top of the left wing circle, and a glove save is made by Lindgren. He'll hold on to it there. Face-off will be in the circle to his right. And now 1:50 left on the Hawk power play.
The Hawks have fired a lot of shots in tonight's game on their power play. They've scored 1 goal. They've looked really good as far as their movement. 9 shots on goal, 10 shots on goal make that now.
Taves wins another draw. Jones at the left point to Kane, top of the left wing circle. Sticks the puck into the left wing corner. Taves to Domi, back of the net to Radish, left wing corner. Bats at left point. Jones did well to keep it in there. Right now he's battling with Nick Dowd, and then Van Riemsdyk came along to offer some assistance to Dowd and poking the puck down ice into the Hawk end. Capitals go for a change in their penalty killers. Seth Jones carrying to center ice, hands it to Max Domi. over the Capital.
It's truck season at your local Chevy dealer. So when you're facing a long haul or dealing with a heavy load, call in the big boys. Chevy Silverado 2500 or 3500 HD. Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com for details and experience life in HD.
Right corner to Jones, right point to Taves, top of the left circle. Seth Jones, high slot over to Domi, and he'll hammer a one-timer from the right circle, partially blocked by Alexei Protas. Into the near corner, Sheary will clear the puck off the boards to center ice. Seth Jones back to get it to Domi, front of the benches. Sent it across the rink. Kane at center ice on the left wing. He'll enter the Capital zone across on the right wing side. Pulls up in the right circle, runs into Orlov, lost the puck down to the corner, and Irwin pounds it around the glass, and this one gets up into the crowd pretty quickly there. We get a whistle stopping play, and now 38 seconds left on the Hawk power play. 4:49 left in the game, 6-2 Capitals.
That top power play unit is off. 38 seconds to go on the Citgo power play. Adventure awaits. Fuel up first with Citgo. Tyler Johnson on the second power play unit. Back in uniform after missing 20 games with that high ankle sprain.
Johnson's got the puck along the left wing boards. A little spin with the puck to get away from Johansson. Couple of number 90s on that play. Loose puck spun away by Kurashev to the right point. Ian Mitchell to Johnson, top of the left circle. He delays and then fires, and that's up off the glass. Loose puck in the far corner. Kuznetsov left it against the end boards. Pulled out of there by Entwistle, and he lost it behind the net. Johansson sent it around. Nice keep in right point by Ian Mitchell. Down to Kurashev along the right boards. Back to Mitchell, right point. Floats a long one on goal. That's turned out of there by Lindgren. And Twistle along the right boards as the Caps come to full strength. Tried to put it in deep. Picked off by the Caps. Here's John Carlson with a chance into the Hawk zone on the right wing side. And then he overskated the puck. He reaches back and grabs it. Put it down behind the Hawk net. And it's stroked around up the far side by Entwistle to center ice. Ovechkin back on the ice. Long dump in from center ice. Hits the near corner glass Hawk zone, where Jack Johnson and Matt Irwin battle for the puck. Taken back by the Caps. Oshie right point. Moves it to the left point. Gustafsson to Oshie high slot. Threw it down the slot for Stroh. Tried to deflect it on goal. The puck instead banks away to the far side. And at the left point now, here's Gustafsson with a long wrist shot. Blocked in front by Mitchell. Passing ahead at center ice to Blackwell. He'll flip it into the Capital zone. Now to the net. Reese Johnson trying to flip it in front to his teammate Lafferty there. It was broken up by Irwin. Capitals get it back. Now pass from the far side by Gustafsson up the left wing to Ovechkin at the Hawk blue line. He'll deflect it down the boards and in behind the net. Jack Johnson's got it back there. 3:05 left on the clock for the third. 6-2 Caps. Jack Johnson with a lead pass. Misses Taves and goes down, but they're going to waive the icing. Carlson behind the Capital net. Moves it around to the near side circle. And Radish reaching for the puck. Lost it to Orlov. Sends it behind the Cap net over to Carlson far corner. He'll clear it ahead to the Hawk blue line on the left wing side, where a little rugby scrum ensues. And an outnumber situation. The Hawks end up with the puck. Here's Jack Johnson between the circles, Hawk zone. Put it over to Murphy along the right wing boards. Send a pass up the right wing. Taves at center ice, front of the benches. And a rink-wide pass. Radish moves it in over the Capital line. McCabe from the slot. He'll hand it off to Kurashev, and back-checking was Milano. He reaches under Kurashev's stick and lifts his stick. Caps get the puck back. Now they give it back at center ice. Dickinson over the Cap line down the right wing. Will toe drag and fire. Deflects behind the net into the near corner to Milano. He'll put it behind the net. And Van Riemsdyk run off the puck in the far corner by Lafferty. He sent it out to the right point. Seth Jones flings it in behind the Capital net. Kara could not get to the puck. Wedged off of it by Kuznetsov as Carlson clears to center ice. Kara back into the Capital zone left point. Lost it down the boards. Carlson flings the puck across the rink. Trevor Van Riemsdyk's got it at the Capital line on the left wing side. Then against the left wing boards as the Capitals and Hawks are in the midst of line changes. Between the circles, Van Riemsdyk to Carlson, left wing Capital line. Sent it ahead over the Hawk line on the left wing, Johansson to Oshie. He'll bank it back off the boards, back down to the Capital blue line. And Matt Irwin hustling back to take it there. Will backhand the puck down to the right wing corner, Hawk in. Tenorti will bump it up the left side to Tyler Johnson. Send it up the right wing. Patrick Kane, front of the benches at center ice and over the Capital line, stopping at the point. Hands it off to Domi coming by. He'll fire. He scores on the second attempt. Max Domi. He let it rip from the slot, and Lindgren made the save with the blocker. Domi following up the shot, put it past Lindgren, and the Hawks are back on the board, now trailing 6-3 with 1:09 left in the game.
Well, nice job by Domi to follow up his own play there, as you mentioned. Lindgren makes the first save, but Domi is right there. Kane stops up. He'll get the primary assist. Domi fires once, gets the second opportunity, buries into the back of the net. That assist by Kane, sponsored by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Score a Chevy Equinox on the ice or off. Chevy Equinox will get you where you want to go. Drive with Kane and Taves driving with that goal. It's time to break out the Bandito. Celebrate every goal with El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
So it's Domi's 10th on the season from Kane, and with that point, Patrick Kane now moves into 49th by himself all time in National Hockey League scoring, 1 point past Dino Ciccarelli. I know all Hawks fans are happy to hear that.
NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, goal, CHI 3/18, 51 meters, Domi, 10, wrist, ASST, I, Mitchell, 1, and P, Kane, 17, Capital 6, Blackhawks 3.
And a little insurance marker for the Capitals. They now lead 7-3 with 35 seconds left in the third.
I don't know. No, this just, if it does go off somebody, it's a Blackhawk player, so Orlov is going to get his first goal of the season. Definitely changes direction. And Tussle was standing there, might have went off the shaft of his stick and then up past the blocker of Mrazek. 7-3 Caps.
Exclamation point. As you said, Orlov with his first on the season at 19:25 of the third. 20 seconds left in the game. Connor Murphy with the puck to the right of the Hawk net. Moving it over to Jack Johnson, left wing side. Head of the Hawk line to Kara. To Connor Murphy, now to Lafferty at center ice. Then to Murphy, front of the benches. He and Irwin mix it up. And Dickinson plays it back to the line. Murphy pokes it back toward the Capital line. Irwin then bumps it ahead for Milano in front of the Hawks bench, and that's how the game will end. Tonight belongs to Alexander Ovechkin in the grade 8. Hits for number 800 all time in his great National Hockey League career. I should say his Hall of Fame National Hockey League career, with plenty more to come for Alexander Ovechkin. The Caps will head home after this 7-3 victory here at the United Center. And Ovechkin looking for number 801 to tie Gordie Howe in a couple of nights against the Dallas Stars. The Blackhawks lose their 4th in a row. For the Capitals, it's their 5th win in a row. And identical to that streak is that of Charlie Lindgren.
NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, final, Capitals 7, Blackhawks 3.
Jonathan Taves waiting for Ovechkin. The two captains meet at center ice. Congratulations from Jonathan Taves to Alex Ovechkin. And Ovechkin, he's got to be the player of the game. Usually don't give it to the opposition team, but in this one, we will, because we did, as John mentioned, witness something very special. As Alex Ovechkin comes out for an encore, waves to the fans here at the United Center. Player of the game, sponsored by Midwestern University's multi-specialty clinic in Downers Grove, providing you with a great comprehensive healthcare experience. Schedule an appointment at mwuclinics.com. Congratulations to Alex Ovechkin.
Absolutely. And you know what, Troy? One of the things I want to mention while Blackhawk fans are listening, we saw a real show of class among the Chicago Blackhawk fans here at the United Center. In that moment, all of them stood and they applauded the greatness of Alexander Ovechkin. He came in tonight as the adversary, the guy that the Blackhawks wanted to keep off the scoreboard by any measure. They just couldn't do it. Ovechkin scored 3 goals here tonight for the number 800. And these people, these partisan fans here in Chicago, these great fans, the greatest fans in hockey, they could all appreciate the enormity of that moment. And they, and in my opinion, they reacted the correct way.
Yeah,
100%.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, what the fans here at the United Center did, and it was a great crowd here to watch the Washington Capitals and Alex Ovechkin. And again, I mean, just an impressive career up to this point. 800 goals is just It's amazing. And when you think of all the years and all the players that have come through the NHL, the great players, Ovechkin is one of 3. And we just witnessed it.
And think about all the guys you played with and against in your great career. You had a great career, man. I'm not saying that because you're sitting next to me. I mean that sincerely. You think about, especially Gretzky, number 99.
550-some goals behind him, whatever he was.
Come on, you're a tremendous slouch.
Yeah. A free bowl of soup with that.
Yeah, right. Well, we had the good fortune of being able to see it live, and I had the good fortune of being able to talk about it. We both did. And all of these fans that are leaving the United Center here tonight, I think that will be the topic du jour for all of them on their way homes. Special night here at the United Center. Ovechkin scores for number 800 and now becomes one of 3 hockey players all time in National Hockey League history to have scored 800 or more goals, along with Gordie Howe and Wayne Gretzky. As the Capitals win 7-3, we'll be back to tell you more about it right after this break. This is Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Money saved through energy efficiency can directly benefit a business's bottom line. That's why businesses throughout Northern Illinois are partnering with the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program to find up to 35% in energy savings, resulting in lower energy costs for their facilities. Because at ComEd, we're powering your business's future. Learn more at ComEd.com/poweringbiz. ComEd, powering lives. Savings figure is hypothetical only. Actual savings will vary based on the measures implemented and on customers' usage and rate.
At Alta Equipment, they know uptime matters, so they've partnered with Volvo, Kubota, New Holland, and more to provide the Chicagoland area with industry-leading service and construction project support. Alta Equipment Company services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And with one of the largest rental fleets in Illinois, there's nothing your job site can throw at you that they can't handle. With locations in Orland Park, Spring Grove, and South Elgin, Alta Equipment, uptime matters.
Attention. Truly Punch Hard Seltzer contains alcohol. We know. It tastes so good you might forget. But please don't, especially during your Zoom calls. Truly Punch, our biggest flavor yet. Hard Seltzer Beverage Company, Boston, Mass.
Visit Rinaldi's West Loop to watch your Chicago Blackhawks. Enjoy Truly Vodka Seltzer and any of Rinaldi's signature pizzas while cheering the Blackhawks. Also, Rinaldi's has shuttles taking you to and from the United Center before and after game time. Visit Rinaldi'sWestLoop.com.
Hey Hawks fans, this is Connor Murphy. Let's get back to the action.
Now back to the game.
John Weideman along with Troy Murray and Joe Brand for Chicago Blackhawks hockey here tonight at the United Center, where the Capitals beat the Blackhawks 7-3, but the biggest story of all is the fact that Alexander Ovechkin has hit for his 800th goal of his great career. It's the first hat trick he's ever scored against the Chicago Blackhawks and the 29th of his great career as the Capitals win tonight 7-3. With the loss, the Blackhawks record unfortunately falls to 7-16-4, while with the win, the Capitals now 15-12-2. And you just kind of wonder about their fortunes with the way that they're headed right now, having won 5 in a row, where this might all end up. But they're doing what they needed to do. For Peter Laviolette, the head coach, the all-time winningest U.S.-born head coach in National Hockey League history, this is another big win for him. But I think all of that's going to fall secondary to what Ovechkin did here tonight. And I think every fan in hockey will be watching that game in a couple of nights back in D.C. when the Capitals take on the Dallas Stars. We'll just have to see how that one ends up. With one goal, Ovechkin will tie Gordie Howe for second place all time in goal scoring. And with a pair of goals in that game, or maybe the next game, he is going to pass Gordie Howe, and the chase will then be on as he'll try and
NHL, now, WSH versus CHI, goal, WSH 3/19, 24, D, Orlov, 1, Slap, ASST, N, Okubel, 2, and G, Hathaway, 4, Capital 7, Blackhawks 3.
Bet same game parlays where you can combine different bets from the same game for even bigger payouts and more action on the hardwood. Bets like live player props, spreads, totals, and more. Add our award-winning customer service, and it's nothing but net. BetRivers Sportsbook app and basketball. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Imagine being 3 months pregnant and finding out you have cancer. I'm Robin, and that was my reality. But I trusted my team at Northwestern Medicine, my oncologist, orthopedic surgeon, and high-risk obstetrician, who collaborated to come up with the safest chemotherapy plan. So I didn't have to choose between my life and my baby's.
Anchored by Northwestern Memorial Hospital, the #1 hospital in Illinois by U.S. News and World Report, Robin's team worked together closely, focusing not only on making Robin better, but on bringing her baby into the world safely. After months of treatments, they performed a C-section, then cancer removal on the same day.
Now there are 2 things we celebrate on Sophia's birthday: her life and mine.
Because what makes us better makes you better. Northwestern Medicine. Learn more at nm.org/better.
Bringing you Chicago's news daily, The Lisa Dent Show. Weekdays starting at 2. Now back to the game.
Back to the United Center for the final time here tonight. John Weideman along with Troy Murray and Joe Brand for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. Blackhawks fall to the Capitals here tonight 7-3 on the night that Alexander Ovechkin scores his 800th career goal and did it with a hat trick. He did it in style. And a big night for the Capitals as they win. The Hawks need to reload and take on their next opponent coming in, which will be the Vegas Golden Knights in a couple of nights. So we're going to find out how they look and see if the Blackhawks can erase a 4-game losing streak. But I want to thank everybody involved with our cast here tonight, starting with Troy Murray. Great job with the color, bud. A little fist bump from you. Special thanks to our Hall of Fame engineer. Everybody knows by now I'm talking about Paul Zarang. Give me a little fist bump there, bud. Thank you very much. Big thanks as well to the hard-working crew at our flagship station. Tonight it was led by Krista Flores, along with Ben Anderson. Thank you very much. Thanks as well to Jack Heinrich for helping us out inside our broadcast booth. Big thanks to you Blackhawk fans who came down here to the United Center. You didn't see a win, but you saw history here tonight. Not many people will see something like that live. Consider yourselves fortunate. And another night, it'll be a Blackhawk that is going to be registering some kind of great mark in front of your eyes. So we would ask you all to please drive safely on your way home. See you back here in a couple nights when the Blackhawks take on the Vegas Golden Knights. We save our final thanks of the evening for Joe Brandt. He got us through Blackhawks Central pregame, through the intermissions. He's going to get you home in the Blackhawks postgame show. One more time, that final score. Ovi and the Caps 7, the Hawks 3. For everybody I mentioned, I'm John Weideman from here at the United Center on Chicago's West Side. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN. Joe's got your postgame show, and it should be a good one. Let's get it to him right now.
It's time for the Chicago Blackhawks postgame show on the Blackhawks Radio Network. Here's Joe Brand.
Well, the celebration hasn't stopped. Alex Ovechkin actually just left the locker room to head out to the hallway to chat with the guys on the national television broadcast. But as soon as that game ended, you heard a loud roar in the Capitals dressing room as they doused Alex Ovechkin with a beer shower and just started the celebration. Pictures to be taken. Alex Ovechkin showing all 3 pucks with one hand as he has secured himself once again in hockey history. He becomes just the 3rd person ever to pick up 800 career goals. How's it going, everyone? I'm Joe Brand. This is the Blackhawks postgame show as we recap a 7-3 loss to the Washington Capitals, but this game was so much more. It was a historic night at the United Center, and if you're on your way home from the UC, congratulations on witnessing history, as this has been a rough year for the Hawks, but even though today's game comes with a loss, it was a sight to see, and bravo to the Blackhawks fans for giving Alex Ovechkin a standing applause, and so rightly deserved. Troy Murray got a great view of it up with John Weideman in the radio booth, and Troy, this is exactly what we were talking about through the pregame, before the game. There was an opportunity to see history tonight, and that had happened, and it was just overall a very cool atmosphere here tonight at the United Center.
It really was, and as much as you would not hope it to happen here against the Blackhawks tonight, you just got to tip your hat and say, wow. I mean, just incredible performance. And we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, keeping Ovechkin out of the equation long enough to kind of let him lose disinterest in this game and say, okay, I'm going to go back home and I'll pick up my 800th, my 801, 802. to pass Gordie Howe on home ice in the next couple of games. But 24 seconds in, all of a sudden Ovechkin is a huge part of this game, and he ends up scoring a power play goal 8.5 or 8:14 into the first period. So now he's got 2 goals. So now he's really excited about the opportunity to get the deal done, get it over with, get his 800th goal. And he certainly found a way to do that in the third period. Incredible performance by Ovechkin, and a very impressive performance by the entire team, by the way, the Washington Capitals. They're playing real good right now.
You got to appreciate the authenticity of Alex Ovechkin, too. The celebration he had netting his third and final goal of the night to make it exactly 800. I mean, he's right on the doorstep. He knows he's got it wide open, and then he just celebrates like a little kid as soon as he hits the back of the net.
He's a happy guy anytime he scores a goal, and I really appreciate that. I mean, I've seen it through, my career and then doing the broadcasting. When somebody really gets excited about scoring goals, I love to see that emotion in somebody. And Ovechkin, throughout his entire career, has loved to score goals. And now he's got 800. It's been a long time coming. He's worked extremely hard on his game overall. When he first came in, he was just a goal scorer. And, people said, well, he doesn't know how to play defense. He's always hanging out at the red line. He's cheating all the time. He's just looking for goals. Well, at some point late in his career, he bought into the team concept, and it was probably with Barry Trotz, basically more so than any other coach prior to that, and that's not being disrespectful to those coaches. But Barry Trotz came in, and they all had to buy into the team concept. Well, they ended up winning the Stanley Cup shortly thereafter, and I think Ovechkin now, when you look at him, he's a 200-foot player. He's a leader. He's well-respected in the entire league, and to accomplish what he did here tonight was pretty special for me to be a part of as a former player, for the people at the United Center, for you, for John, everybody doing our broadcast. Just a special night.
We leave at the first media timeout in the third period. I was worried he was going to do it shortly after that while Jack Heinrich and I are in the elevator. And the timing worked out perfectly where he just netted it right before then. And we all got a great view. It was very cool. And I know
you would have hated to have been here and then missed it,
right?
Because you're heading down to our WGN studio in the basement here.
That's what I mean. I thought I was going to be in the elevator, and that would have been cool, I guess, listening to you guys call it as it happens. But yeah, no, very, very fortunate to see it firsthand. Of course, he steals the show with this game, and rightly so. If you're the Blackhawks, do you try to pull some positives from this game, or do you just kind of just move forward, understand what had happened tonight, and just focus on the Vegas Golden Knights?
Well, I don't think you do anything tonight except just, head home and absorb the game, maybe analyze it the way every player does after a game. Usually every player kind of has a little picture in his mind of whether it was good, whether it was bad, what mistakes did he make. The players know what mistakes they make, and a lot of times you don't have to show video, but overall you want to look at what you can do better as a team to help out an individual that makes a mistake, or you look at some of the positives in this. They did create some good scoring opportunities. They end up being outshot 30-29, but they did an excellent job, especially in the second period where they got 15 shots on goal. I think they only had 5 shots in the third period, so they didn't really mount the comeback that you were hoping for here in the third period. But they did create a lot of chances. They gave up a lot. High-quality opportunities, and from Radzik, you kind of feel sorry for him in this one. But overall, I think you kind of just absorb what happened here. It was a special night, and you regroup and come back tomorrow with a fresh set of emotions after seeing this happen tonight, and you do get ready for another tough game. The schedule doesn't get any easier. You got the Vegas Golden Knights coming, and then you're going into Minnie, who's a big, heavy team, and they're heading in the right direction. Then you come back home and you face the New York Rangers, a team that's, scrambling for their identity right now, but are going to be very dangerous. So you take a tough one here in a 7-3 loss, but you got to understand that there's more coming up here, and you better be ready for them.
For sure. Troy, it was cool witnessing history with you tonight. I appreciate being there with you guys tonight, and we'll talk in a couple of days.
I knew that we were in trouble, or not in trouble, when Ovechkin scored 24 seconds into it. It was just like, uh-oh, here we go.
Right.
And what we suspected could happen did happen, and I enjoyed witnessing it with you and John and all the people here at the United Center.
Well, like you said,
great night as a former player to be a part of something like this.
I bet. But you said it right after the first goal. Buckle up, and you were absolutely right.
And you also you look down at down the hall here up in our press level, and you've got Mark Messier doing the broadcast for ESPN, and you just think of how great of a player he was and how he would appreciate this moment, seeing what Alex Ovechkin has done in his career, because of course obviously he was with Wayne Gretzky throughout the majority of his career, and seeing him score the majority of his goals in the heyday of the Edmonton Oilers. So, and throw in Chris Chelios too, who was trying to defend Gretzky and back in the day. And I don't know if Chelly probably did play against Ovechkin for a bunch of years, because he played till he was 60.
Is he there? Is he in the booth with you right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
He'd probably slap me on the back of the head if he was. But, I mean, you just think of kind of, my point is, royalty in the building here tonight with Messier and Gretzky, two of the greatest players to ever play the game, and then witnessing one of only three who's ever scored 800 goals. Pretty cool.
And one other cool note, 800 goals for number 8. What was the puck drop time tonight?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Because of that national broadcast and those guys that you were talking about. Well, little serendipity.
John's giving me a little Twilight Zone here.
I heard it. I did hear it. And I do understand that reference. So, yes, I think that was quite timely. All right, Troy, we'll let you get out of there. Fun night despite the loss. Great talking to you, and we'll talk to you in a couple of days.
We'll talk to you on Thursday. We'll do it all again on Thursday.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
That is Troy Murray. He and John Weineman with the call tonight as the Blackhawks fall to the Washington Capitals 7-3. And Alex Ovechkin, if you haven't heard it, not sure where you've been, picked up his 800th career NHL goal. He's one shy of Gordie Howe for number 2 overall. He's now 94 shy of Wayne Gretzky for the NHL all-time leader. And he picks up his first hat trick against the Chicago Blackhawks in his career. He came into this game 21 games under his belt with the against the Chicago Blackhawks. He scored 11 goals in those 21 games. He had never scored a hat trick against the Blackhawks in his career. He had one multi-goal game, but tonight he picks up his first hat trick against the Hawks. It ends up being the 18th different franchise that he has scored a hat trick against. And he also picks up his 28th hat trick of his regular season career, which I heard was tied for 6th heading into this game. So I imagine he moves into at least a tie for 5th place all time in the NHL. Obviously a first ballot Hockey Hall of Famer, obviously one of the greatest. And again, if you were at the United Center tonight, congratulations on witnessing history. And again, bravo. It was a very cool environment to see all the Blackhawks fans rise to their feet, celebrate the occasion. A lot of hats thrown out of the ice. I saw about a 6-year-old kid, a 6-year-old Blackhawks fan from the 300 level throw his hat down. Hoping that it could hit the ice, as everyone was joining in on the celebration tonight and everyone wanting to be a part of it, because it was history. Alex Ovechkin did talk to the ESPN broadcast. It was the national broadcast, but it was actually Scott Van Pelt on SportsCenter, and we do have that audio. We're going to go to it right now.
Special night. Kind of have 2 goals right away. Feel the game, and have a couple more chances to score. Third one a little bit early, but Mo and Kuzi do a great job finding me out there, and it's a special moment. I'm very proud that it's over. It's kind of like now we move on and we focus on the next one.
How much does that help? Because, I mean, I've been lucky to sit here for a lot of years and talk to a lot of athletes. When there's a number out there, you get asked about it, and it's a lot to have to, deal with schmucks like me talking about it. Now it's behind you. Now, just allowing yourself to move forward, how much does that help?
Yeah, I remember when I was 6'99", and it was kind of couple games, can shoot it, I can shoot, but, I didn't find the net, and it was kind of a little bit frustrating, obviously, for me and for the team, because they tried to find me out there, and, I didn't score. So, but as soon as it's over, we celebrate, we're happy, and we move on.
When you're in a season, and in this case you're in a game, you can't really stop to catch your breath, but I mean, look, the next one's Gordie Howe, right? And then down the road it's Wayne Gretzky. You're still very much in the mix. You're in the middle of a season. How do you find the time, or where do you find the time, Alex, to think about where you are in connection with some of the greatest that have ever played, and you are yourself? I mean, where do you give yourself that time to reflect? I'm
just trying to think about next game, next shift, and don't think about what's going to happen out there.
Right.
Anything can happen, but I just try to focus my game. I try to help the team to win. It doesn't matter how, I love to score goals, but sometimes it's just not your day. So you have to do something different, play physical, give energy to your team, and all of a sudden it's going to come to your way back.
Hey, let's get to the most important thing here, though. Like, we do our show from the district. I'm a lifelong Caps fan. That's 5 in a row, baby. You're playing good hockey, right? That's the most important thing. You guys get everybody healthy. We can take this thing into the new year, and let's make some noise, huh?
Again, how I said, goals to goals, but we have to collect the points, move up in standings, and try to make a playoffs.
Again, that's courtesy of Sports Center. Scott Van Pelt interviewing Alex Ovechkin, who netted his 800th career goal tonight with a hat trick against the Blackhawks. Capitals beat the Hawks 7-3 tonight. We've got more to get to. We're going to hear from Jonathan Toews. We're going to hear from Luke Richardson. We do have more sound from Alex Ovechkin as well as we continue to recap this historic night from the United Center. One other quick note before we hit a break. This is baseball news. Carlos Correa in agreement with the San Francisco Giants for a 13-year, $350 million deal. Sorry, Cubs fans. More Blackhawks recap next on the Blackhawks postgame show, 720 WGN.
At United, we're proud to carry the Blackhawks. Almost as proud as Hawks fans are to carry on about our 40-plus Hall of Fame players. Or to carry home a souvenir they caught from Tommy Hawk. Or to carry on the loud, proud tradition of cheering through the national anthem. So carry on, Blackhawks fans, and we'll keep on carrying too. United is proud to be the official airline of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Get the perfect holiday gifts for hockey fans on your list at NHLShop.com. The world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, Adidas, and more. All the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special holiday offer. NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Feel that crisp in the air, Illinois? It's time for bonfires and cozy sweaters, your secret cookie recipes, and reminiscing about memories with family while your grandkids create new memories of their own. As we wind down the year, cozy up indoors with no worries. Make sure you're up to date on your COVID protection. For seniors, this means 2 vaccine doses and 2 boosters. Visit www.vaccines.gov to learn more. Paid for by the Illinois Department on Aging.
When families get together, they talk about family. If the care and well-being of your mom and dad is something your family is going to be talking about, then talk about Kerry Peck too. Kerry Peck is Illinois' premier elder law attorney. He's written books about the rights seniors have and has helped the state legislature draft laws that protect elder rights and assets. So, if the seniors in your world need a will or an estate plan, call the law offices of Peck Ritchie. If they need an update on their will, call Peck Ritchie Law. If you're worried that someone is taking advantage of mom and dad, call Peck Ritchie today. The attorneys at Peck Ritchie will guide mom and dad and you to make decisions that protect their assets and reflect their wishes. It's time to have that talk. Call Peck Ritchie at 312-201-0900. That's 312-201-0900. Call today, 312-201-0900. Or click on peckritchie.com now.
At Advent Health, advanced cancer care meets hope. Our patients never stop showing us the resilience and determination of the human spirit. That's why our team of specialists works closely together to take on the toughest cancers with personalized care and treatment support. With leading-edge technology in our hands and compassion in our hearts, we're moving cancer care forward in the western suburbs. To find a cancer specialist or to schedule a screening, visit ChicagolandCancerExperts.com.
'Tis the season for performance. And when it comes to Porsche, you'll find that and more in every model at the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park. Experience the season's best in our entire lineup. The Cayenne, Macan, Panamera, the 911, and the fully electric Taycan. Dash in and reserve your Porsche with us today and add some performance to your winter season. The Porsche Exchange in Highland Park. Visit 4Porsche.com. The number 4, Porsche.com.
Your basement is already dry most of the time, but if you want your basement dry all of the time, you know who to call. Permaseal at 800-421-SEAL or permaseal.net.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago. WGN.
Well, Alex Ovechkin comes into what the Blackhawks call their house, the United Center, and he rocks them with a hat trick for his 800th career NHL goal as the Capitals beat the Hawks 7-3 tonight from the UC. I'm Joe Brand. This is the Blackhawks post-game show. We're taking you up to 11:30 tonight as we recap this historic night from Chicago. If you'd like to join us, 312-981-7200. We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts if you were at the game. Again, I mean this wholeheartedly. Congratulations on witnessing history. You'll remember being here, and I hope you were one of those celebrating and applauding Alex Ovechkin. I think it's a very cool touch when the visiting team can, or rather when the home team can celebrate the visiting team when the visiting team accomplishes something great like what happened tonight. Now, if you're a player for the home team, you might have a different outlook, and it sounds like that's what Jonathan Toews had tonight. Let's hear from him from the Blackhawks dressing room.
It's one of those things you'll look back on, and I mean, he's one of the great players of all time, so all due respect to him, and scoring 3 goals to do it, getting himself an ovation, and the Obi chant in our building tonight. So all that kind of aside from the milestone, it didn't feel great on our side, but lots of respect for him.
Does that piss you off a little bit to hear that and to give up 3 goals to him?
I think it stings to give up goals the way we did, regardless of who was scoring them. So.
In the bigger picture, is it kind of amazing that somebody's hit 800 goals in this day and age?
Yeah, it's mind-blowing, obviously. It's how many guys can score goals at his rate in a season, let alone year after year after year. He's one of a kind for sure.
What do you think went wrong defensively tonight, just overall?
Just nothing was good, so not really a straight answer there.
You got back on the goal side. Did that feel good at least?
Yeah, it always feels good to score goals. It was around the net a lot and getting chances and getting sticks on pucks and getting a couple whacks at it. A few pucks that went, either tips or shots were close, and nice to get a bounce like that. So, it's been a little bit, so hopefully pick up some steam and start contributing a little bit more in that area.
What's the first thing you guys have to do to correct the defensive mistakes to stop the slide?
I don't know what the first thing is. There's a lot of things right now. So.
What did it mean to have Tyler Johnson back on the line?
I mean, he's a key player for us. He's scored a goal. Just does a lot of things for us. He's got that energy, but he's a smart player. He just gives us way more depth up front on both sides of the puck. So it's nice to have him back and healthy, and hopefully we'll get him going and get us going a little bit as well.
Did
You
you have
talked
a
this
chance?
morning about you guys trying to stay positive. It seems like, how hard is this getting for you guys?
It's the only choice we got, so what else are you going to do?
What are you doing to try to keep things up and positive and morale going?
Same old. Just show up every period and keep talking, keep saying the right things, keep, putting in your effort, doing what you can, and trying to be a positive impact, and not let that frustration get to you, because it can happen to everybody, and that sort of thing's contagious, and so everyone's got a responsibility to lead in that sense there.
That was Captain Jonathan Toews recapping the Blackhawks 7-3 loss as Alex Ovechkin nets a hat trick and his 800th career goal. And if you're Jonathan Toews, I understand where you're coming from when you're trying to break everything from that game down. Not too happy much about anything that the Blackhawks did defensively. I do get that. It was a very rough night defensively. Offensively, I think the Blackhawks have some positives to pull from. Their 2 power play opportunities in the second period looked pretty strong. They were able to just generate some momentum. They outshot the Capitals in the second period 15-9 or maybe 15-10. But there were some glimpses of the Blackhawks seeming a little bit more confident, a little bit more fluid offensively, but defensively it was a rough night. And it was another one of those nights in which the other team could just flip it on like a switch. And we understand that that's going to be the case a lot of times this year when the Blackhawks are going to be taking on teams with more talent than them. And even tonight as well was another example of what it takes for the Blackhawks to score goals this year. It takes hard-working effort. It takes maybe sometimes a lucky bounce. That wasn't the case for all 3 goals tonight. They were all 3 hard-working efforts, but that is what it takes to just get on the score sheet for the most part for this team. They were also without Andreas Athanasiou tonight. Tyler Johnson did return. It looked like he seemed pretty comfortable out there. He stated he was pretty comfortable out there. So all that is good. But yes, defensively, still a lot of things need to be different in order to slow down a team as good as the Washington Capitals. Let's hear what the head coach, Luke Richardson, had to say.
You didn't want to sit in on history tonight. It came to you.
Yeah, you know what? He's a goal scorer, and that's what he does. And he's done it ever since I've seen him play. And I think it's fortunate bounces that he got on those first 2 goals, but he is always in the right spot, and he creates those opportunities for himself. So, I thought we were tight on him. I thought we tried to check him well, but he's a guy that's going to find a way to score.
What do you think went wrong defensively, just overall?
You know what? I thought we battled back. I thought there was a couple fortunate bounces, and it's Ovechkin. He scores those. He makes you pay on those. And but we fought back to 2-1 and then 3-2, and then I think that was a crucial mistake on the 4th goal. We can't have 2 Ds up on a rush and and turn a puck over. And I thought Peter gave us a chance. He made a save, but then we over back checked. I thought we over back checked a little bit too much, kind of focusing on guys like Ovechkin and Kuznetsov, like they're forwards, they're creative, but we gave up that backside, the back weak side, a couple times tonight, and it cost us the 4th and maybe even the 3rd goal or something. I can't remember if it was the 3rd goal in the first period. Anyways, it was Van Riemsdyk, and then I think it was Dowd on that last one. So those 2 really hurt and put us down. And they're a solid team. They're a big, physical skating team. So when we're down all game, it's very exhausting chasing that.
Talking to Toews afterward, he seemed pretty discouraged and that there were too many things to fix to even start with. What do you kind of say to help calm down after that kind of situation?
Yeah, I think we have to get back to just playing together and playing behind them. Anytime we put pucks behind them, I thought even on Johnson's first goal, we just advance pucks through the neutral zone, play behind the other team. We got a fortunate bounce on that one. We haven't had one of those in a while, so that was good, but we didn't do it enough, turn pucks over too much. And when we start doing that, we stop skating, so I think there's no trust anymore. And we're waiting for the one guy with the puck to skate and do something before the rest of us move, and that's a pretty hard way to play hockey. We have to be moving together as a 5-man unit and skating to open ice to get the puck and be open for the guy with the puck. So, it's just something that we'll have to, kick back into habits. We have to keep working on it every day, and it's not going to get any easier. We got 3 and 4 nights here, so we have to make sure we we discuss some things tomorrow and put a game plan in that we've been trying to do every night this year, but make sure that we're focusing on that tomorrow to get back at it, because Vegas is another strong team and powerful team that if you're stumbling and you don't move the puck through the neutral zone well, you're going to have a long night.
Did you ever think anybody would score 800 goals again? I mean, the way, you saw Gretzky almost get to 900 and now this. Can you just put it in perspective?
Yeah, it is. It's a huge achievement. It's like Tom Brady-ish in football. It's like Aaron Judge in baseball. Like, you don't think you're ever going to see that again, but he's a guy that's been consistent, and it's not just the way he just scores goals. He does everything. He'll run you over, and he's still playing physical. The way he started his career. So, he's a special player, and the game is fortunate enough to have him over here and playing in the NHL for this long, and. He doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon either. I don't know. Everybody thinks, he's just chasing a record, but I think he's also chasing another Stanley Cup. I think that meant a lot to him as well.
It's like, it's hard to compare eras, but, scoring is so much harder these days. I mean, this season's a little anomaly, but does it make it even more incredible that somebody's doing it in this day and age?
Yeah, it is. And you know what? Washington has done a good job of creating a really good group around him as well, like with, the Backstroms over the years and Kuznetsov now and just Oshie adding him. It's just a perfect piece in the middle with Karlsson up top that on a power play, how do you cover all three of those right-handers with those two great elite left-handed passers? It's a perfect power play. Like, a lot of teams are now trying to basically copy that for years. And, I don't think you're ever able to stop them. You can try and slow them down, and you might go sit on Ovechkin, but someone else is going to score. So, it's frustrating to do that. So then what happens is you start running around and Ovechkin gets open and he scores. So, it's a hard answer.
NHL. Now, Alex Ovechkin timeline ice hockey stick and puck. From NHL draft to 800 goals. Look back on Alex Ovechkin's milestone moments from his NHL career rightwards pointing arrow.
So it's a credit to him and his team and his teammates, and they did it again tonight.
Going back a little bit, Luke Richardson is right. Vegas is next in town. They're here on Thursday. They are 13-2-1 on the road. They took down the Winnipeg Jets tonight. But the Blackhawks are trying to shake off another bit of a schneid. They cough up 7 goals to the Washington Capitals tonight. They've now lost their last 4 games after beating the New York Rangers last Saturday in New York. We've got more to get to, like a recap of tonight's game, as again, Alex Ovechkin becomes the 3rd NHL player with 800 career goals. You're listening to the Blackhawks postgame show on 720 WGN.
The folks at Walter E. Smith are at it again. Have you seen their current TV ad? The Smith sisters, their dad Walter, and their uncle Mark are busily preparing a special custom order at their warehouse. We don't want to spoil anything, but this VIP client lives up north and is very busy this time of year. You gotta check it out on their website at smith.com. And while you're there, check out their new sale. Smith is celebrating the holidays with 20% off new furniture. Shop their selection of in-stock furniture that is available for immediate delivery, or work with one of their expert designers to custom order your dream furnishings. Whatever your timeline, Smith has you covered. Walter E. Smith is synonymous with quality. And for a limited time, save up to 20%. Get started at any one of the 10 Chicago area Walter E. Smith stores, or at smith.com. That's SMITHE.com. But don't wait. This 20% offer ends soon. Walter E. Smith, bringing comfort and joy to Chicago homes since 1945.
Fans, this season enjoy Wildcat basketball like you've never enjoyed it before by purchasing access to the Fast Break Experience. This premium hospitality experience boasts a unique social setting with an open bar filled with beer, wine, and premium food options. Watch Wildcat basketball this season like never before with the Fast Break Experience. Purchase your Fast Break Experience today at nusports.com or by calling 888-GO-PURPLE. Go Cats!
The phenomenon that is Andre Rieu brings you a magical evening full of music and dance with his 60-piece Johann Strauss Orchestra. He is the king of the waltz.
He makes beautiful classical music so much fun.
Just amazing.
That was the best ever!
Andre Ryu's USA Tour comes to Credit Union One Arena at UIC Chicago, September 12, 2023. Tickets available at AndreRyu.com.
The holidays are just around the corner, but Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale is going on now with a variety of great gifts at unbeatable prices. Like Kids Champion Activewear, half price. 3-piece Anchor Hocking Essentials Take and Bake sets, just $12.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. Get $70 instant savings on Special Buy DeWalt 20-volt max power stack batteries. And Special Buy Jumbo dog beds are only $29.99 while supplies last. Rewards members save an extra $5. Power-up gifts with 8 packs of Duracell AA or AAA batteries, just $6.99. Earn up to $100 cash back on select Ariat purchases with Ariat's Holiday Rebates program. In-store only, see store for details. And stock up on assorted 12-ounce popcorn tins from Hickory Farms, just $4.99 each. Plus, we always offer Blaine's best price promise. If you happen to find an item we carried someplace else for less, we'll match the price, guaranteed.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This winter, put down the iPhones and gather the family around the original social networking device, your fireplace. Get your fireplace ready now with the pros at Lindemann Chimney at cleanfireplace.com.
A 7-3 loss for the Washington Capitals for the Chicago Blackhawks, who now move to 7-16-4. Alex Ovechkin etches his name into the record books. He picks up his 797th, I take that back, 798th, 799th, and 800th career goals tonight, picking up his first hat trick against the Blackhawks in his career, as he is now just one away from tying Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey, for number 2 all time. I'm Joe Brand. This is the Blackhawks postgame show as we recap a historic night here from the United Center. And we'll take your calls, 312-981-7200. You can just text as well, too. If you were at the game, we'd like to hear from you, as the Blackhawks fans were very responsive and very respectful for Alex Ovechkin's accolade tonight. And it proved to be a very cool environment here at the UC, as he came out on the ice and thanked the Blackhawks fans for the response that they gave to him. And even before the game ended, too, he made sure he headed out to the ice one more time to give another thank you. So now the Washington Capitals head back home over to Washington, where Ovechkin's just, again, one away from tying Gordie Howe, 2 away from becoming the second most all-time scoringest hockey player in the NHL's history. And he's just currently 94 away from the great one in Wayne Gretzky. Let's hear how it sounded from the United Center tonight. And as we talk so much about Alex Ovechkin in this game, it only took him 24 seconds to pick up goal number 798.
Look out here, Sherry wheeling into the right circle and firing a sharp angle shot. Turned wide by Mrazek. A follow-up shot, they score, and it's Alex Ovechkin. He's on the board early. A shot from the left wing circle, put it past Mrazek, and the grade 8 is only 2 away from 800 as the Capitals lead 1-0.
We'll go ahead and give Ovechkin our player with the most heart, which is sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, with teams that take on the toughest cases at over 200 locations. Right after John Weideman's call of the goal, Troy Murray followed up with "buckle up," because this is exactly what he pointed out in the pregame show, that if Ovechkin is able to find the score sheet quickly on, all of a sudden he's very invested in this game. Not that he wouldn't be heading into it, but there's just a little bit more adrenaline pumping through your veins when you know it's even that much closer. And guess what? He was able to do it not too much further after that.
Sherry takes the puck from the slot, put it beside the net. Ovechkin shoots, he scores. It's a power play goal, and Ovechkin is now 1 goal away from 800. He's got 2 goals in less than 10 minutes of the first period, and the Capitals lead 2-0.
The goal came after a Sam Lafferty tripping penalty. That's what put the Washington Capitals with the man advantage. Not only that, they were dominating the beginning of that first period. They had the first 7 shots on goal. The Hawks didn't have 1 shot on goal until 14:42 into the first. It was definitely an overmatched first period. Now all of a sudden you've got the Capitals ahead 2-0. Ovechkin's already 1 goal away from picking up his 800th. Looked like it was going to be a pretty tough time for the Hawks, even though the final score of the game might have shown that, that wasn't the case towards the end of the first period. The Blackhawks got some things moving, had some more offensive chances, and then all of a sudden, it was the guy that had just returned to find the score sheet first for the Hawks.
Jake McCabe along the left wing boards, put it in front. Johnson shoots, he scores! Well, Tyler Johnson was in the right place at the right time. He spun around like a 360 spin, caught the puck, and as the goaltender Lindgren tried to lunge for it, Johnson beat him into the top shelf with a wrist shot. The Hawks are on the board, trailing 2-1.
There was a Capital player diving at the play, trying to break it up, too, that actually helped out the Blackhawks because it ended up kicking Washington's goaltender's stick out of his hand, and then Tyler Johnson just wide open on the doorstep. He nets his first goal, he nets the goal in his first game back after dealing with an ankle injury that's kept him out since October 25th. It ends up being his first goal since October 23rd, and he's got a 3-game point streak, even though he's been sitting for quite some time. But great to see him back on the ice. Great to see him back on the score sheet. And the Blackhawks with a little bit of life towards the end of that first period. They were only being outshot by one shot on goal at that point. We moved into the second period. Kuznetsov committed a slashing penalty, which gave the Blackhawks a power play. And they looked really good on their first man advantage. Just a lot of good, crisp, clean passing. Couple of scoring chances for the Hawks, even though they weren't able to cash it in. But like we said earlier, this is a good Capitals team that are able to just flip it on like a light switch. And once they killed off the Blackhawks power play, they started generating some offensive chances. And then they found the score sheet once again.
Dylan Strome down the right wing, put it in front of the net. There's Ovechkin, left circle, leaves it in front. They score. Trevor Van Riemsdyk will never score an easier goal. All of the Hawk players were looking to their right at Alexander Ovechkin, who made everybody believe he was going to shoot the puck. He ends up getting the puck over to Van Riemsdyk, and he fired it into a nearly empty 4x6. It's 3-1 in favor of the Caps.
And it did kind of look like Ovechkin did fire the shot, but it was a Lindgren rebound that put it right on the doorstep for Trevor Van Riemsdyk, who nets his third goal of the season and gave Washington a 3-1 lead. But again, the Blackhawks looking pretty decent offensively, getting a couple of good chances, a little extra pep in their step, and they were able to get back within a goal once again.
Domi over the Capital line, fights through a check from Hathaway, works the puck free in the slot. Radish fires and a shoulder save. Rebound, score! In front of the net, you had Domi and Taves. They were battling for position. It's a power play goal, and the Hawks are now back to within one of the Capitals, trailing 3-2.
It ends up being Taves' goal, his 9th of the season. Domi had swatted his stick to try to get a piece of it, but it ended up being a Washington Capitals player that helped get the final touch on it. Either way, the Blackhawks get within a goal. Things are looking better, but it was Washington fighting back with another goal. Nick Dowd, his 5th on the year before that second period came to an end. So we moved into the third period, and both teams were kind of going back and forth with their chances. And eventually, it was Washington picking up a 5-2 lead by guess who?
Nantha put it in front to Kuznetsov. He got away a shot, blocked the rebound, they score, and it's Ovechkin with a hat trick and his 800th NHL goal. And the Capital bench empties as everyone from the Washington Capitals team will skate down and surround Alex Ovechkin for scoring his 800th National Hockey League goal. He joins select company with Wayne Gretzky and Gordie Howe as the only 3 players that have ever played in the history of the NHL to score 800 goals. Congratulations, Alex Ovechkin.
A superb, historic call by John Weideman. That is out on Twitter if you'd like to hear it again. But Alex Ovechkin, 800th of his career, 3rd of the night, 20th of the season. And as John mentioned, who he joins of Wayne Gretzky and Gordie Howe. Hat tip to the Blackhawks fan base. I saw one fan maybe 4 rows back loading his arm back to throw the hat before Ovechkin fully even shot the puck, I think. A lot of people were on edge waiting for Ovechkin to pick up that third goal, and it finally did happen. A long pause of a round of applause. He came out on the ice and saluted the Blackhawks fans in being thankful, and then eventually did it at the end of the game, too. The Capitals ended up picking up another goal from Anthony Mantha, making it a 6-2 lead, but the Blackhawks still had one more goal left in them.
Patrick Kane, front of the benches at center ice and over the Capital line, stopping at the point, hands it off to Domi coming by. He'll fire. He scores! On the second attempt, Max Domi Let it rip from the slot, and Lindgren made the save with the blocker. Domi following up the shot, put it past Lindgren, and the Hawks are back on the board, now trailing 6-3 with 1:09 left in the game.
However, 35 seconds later, Washington picked up another goal. It would be the final one of the night, 7-3 in favor of the Capitals, who improved to 15-12-4 on the season. The Blackhawks fall to 7-16-4. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look around the league after the Blackhawks fall to Washington 7-3 on Alex Ovechkin's night, where he scores his 800th career goal. This is the Blackhawks postgame show, 720 WGN.
This morning, my roommate left me a sink full of dirty dishes and an empty fridge. But she did bring me 2 for $2 breakfast from McDonald's, so she understood the assignment. Every day, you can mix and match a sausage McMuffin with savory hot sausage and melty American cheese, a sausage biscuit on a warm buttermilk biscuit topped with butter, or perfectly crispy hash browns. Any 2 for just $2. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Finally, a car that makes life easier. Chevy Malibu. Simplicity and safety. Roomy and a comfortable ride. Plenty of space for the whole posse. Chevy Malibu comes with safety features like forward collision alert and automatic braking, plus pedestrian braking. One less worry for me. And with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it lets me program my playlist and DJ for the day. Plus, with an available Wi-Fi hotspot, Malibu keeps me socially connected. And wireless smartphone charging guarantees I'm never out of touch. Right now, use your Chevy Red Tag Bonus Cash to get $1,000 total cash allowance on a Chevy Malibu. With 35 mpg on the highway, you'll save money coming and going. And keep your Chevy running right with a winter service checkup at your local Chevy dealer. With factory-trained technicians and GM-certified parts, they can save you time, money, and get the job done right the first time. Go to ChevyDriveChicago.com for details and check out a Chevy Malibu. It's rated 4 stars by Kelley Blue Book. Chevy Malibu, built to help you roll like a rock star.
Hey, to hear the folks talking at Main Street Smiles in Barrington, on Main Street in Barrington, you'd think they host WGN radio listener reunions. Their office is filled with patients, listeners like you, who are thrilled to have a dentist who does great work at a terrifically low introductory price and who puts them at ease. This is John Williams, and Main Street Smiles on Main Street in Barrington is where I go. They know you've put this off for a while. Their introductory offer for you, the new patient, is a teeth cleaning, a fluoride treatment, and full set of x-rays for $79. If you'd like teeth whitening, they do that. Implants, they'll do that. Braces or oral surgery with sedation, they do that too. With one click or call, you're on your way to a healthy mouth and a heck of a smile. Call 847-381-5958, 847-381-5958, or click on mainstreet312.com. Make that call now. You know you'll feel better. 847-381-5958. Click on mainstreet312.com.
Thanks for calling 1-800-GOT-JUNK. This is Sarah. How can I help?
I think it's reproducing.
You think?
My junk is reproducing.
Brian, I need you on line 7, please.
Hello, Sarah. Who are we helping today?
This man has junk that is reproducing.
I put a couple of pieces of junk on a shelf or in a closet or anywhere, really. And when I come back, there's a lot more junk.
Junk is like termites, mosquitoes, and ants. If you let it get a foothold, it will take over your house and your yard.
But have no fear. We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
No more junk?
No more junk.
You can eradicate it completely?
All you have to do is point.
But I really have a lot of junk.
Our clean and shiny trucks hold 7 times as much as a pickup truck.
And our uniformed junk technicians love to make junk disappear.
Oh,